trota funu so rafi no masa na nyo na nya se na ni so no enko ye mpa ma no ni nyina no ene se Maso Hansen clean goal masa aso wo ya ntese na Hansen supporters e masa we die va no mi ama yusu phone dia ye va ma no hey masa why are you enti ye nya va e wo bi phone so eno so na mo hwe ne se sia you know players ni hwe bi rafi na gira hono angura di nyame enti Ghana dia abrabo no sanetie mami videos mo fa ni nyina gugum na ana pay yanku anim now the 10 year week 19 FTS on Saturday medical culture say a brother can house of folk about modern antina fear dreams equity will be at my football Anthony Kwatinam Memendano na crew for near vision to fear my media matches of Kwania Ghosters Moya Yan League Ronya Giano Badia was your 2-1 8 vision runner vision elbow fear elsewhere on Saturday Uko Roma Babiani Jones Parker Asante Kotoko Tua Babiani Ghosters Nano so Nanya Sam Ketua will be at my Antoine Tremna this when you have video no fa no ya sha se fa yan tam so fa me na ya hwe kwania samba ona a capitano huko wi panyai Rafi as woko ni jam go no sa sai ba sa da bi bon me ji anya ye eh home support na wo show na de na sie anya ye beka antese na na se kotoko betwe dawra twa anya Rafi se dimasa de me hu ye no se bono azamasa pesa ene wo ya need to me pede de so yenko ye ni ye djuma masa fast enti na jese anonso ya dia betime kosi ye ni nyina no na me enka wo se games etoda on Friday and Saturday no yenko ram on Sundays ye 10 year nation transfer bia na kaba ko a want to me ante bekum Chelsea ni Srodro Oblast game no kote obi antumi ansha bi kawela transfer sama test one ko shan kaba ko a want to me ante basketballista shemienu ewo fie bechem antumi ante Lions transfer ewo Pando wo shebako Living Wonders antumi ante Young Apostles Wenchino was Shemienu Neso Ho United stick cano 2-2 and a game no end here make out so week 19 no 13 goals and a record here 3 home wins Empire away we no yet win a menu Samates Airtoa akọ win the medium so akọ win the draw 9 home records no nina de akogu week 19 mo Yambo register no near when he said and some see call Mediama Dinkain or 40 points. Yes, watching kada goes to Tosuminu, our 33 points Kotoko, Etu and a toe, at Tosumiansa, or 32 points, Adriana, at Tosu a 9 or 32 points, House of Folk, at Tosu a noon or 32 points, Samates, at Tosusia with 31 points, Lions, Tosu and so, or 27 points, Carella Tosu, okay, and war Carella Shishano, with more 25 point dreams, at Tosu and Crow, or 25 points. Yes. Oblast, Nation, Basaka Vision, Young Apostles, Omina Tosu Minibre, the mentioned last Reno, Young Council Becum Chelsea, what also do here with 20 points, Ho United, and also do so with 19 points, and at your Chatua, Yay Living Wonders, 18 position with just 9 points. Way and the also, Efrum Epa, Yabapa Hunafe, Yadia Koko Rum, our Manuka said, Chisha so, Players, Yacha, so me so for a bra, not just a Benjamin Asari, and House of Folk Tifie, Airport against. Dreams have no, yes, Benjamin Asari and the MVP no, will team fire and money one conquering a Chinese animal. Council Justice Atta was not carrying my ghost house, Michelle Kotokono, playing the MVP no, with team fire, Salim Adams, or two Amanone, a buyer or call Medium and Massa Branton Modimono, a conquering, or Mutua Vision, Ecodim Kunim, Salim Adams, Medium FM, or the MVP no, with team fire, Christian Ajanim Botten, was not carrying my Samates, Airtoa Carella, Quashano, Ajanim Botten, Samates play on the MVP no Joseph Efa Snaka the Nations a brown Moshe Gana Kabakua Mo Antony Ante Joseph Efa and a MVP Eric Ferentry Alawa former goalie for Kotoko Sesei or what Chelsea no Becum Chelsea no Srodro Oblast MVP no Akodima Eric Ferentry Sylvester Simba Snaka the Basketball Stars one of MVP Ishmael Ado Lions player no Enya MVP against Living Wonders and no Richmond Opoku and Young Apostles Akuna no Enya MVP no way and said no so ATM Macau said someone attack me at him 8 goals Richmond Opoku 8 goals Emmanuel no they say also Tiel Nachi with 7 goals Preferable 7 goals Rudolph Mensa how crowd Kotoko Dina Jiamfa and also I was 6 goals yeah boy home now for Yako Rum I want to meet at more week 20
Mondays
and you man
oh Monday
anapa de akoi
say Monday Indiana off
Na so say anopa no sim.
Say we are.
Hey, do bad man we are now go fi.
12 now.
Hey, wait there sir. Wow, me who say you checking him. All right, so AFCON is over. Senegal are crowned champions of Africa in a complicated circumstance. Okay, Morocco coach Walid Redragoui say the image we gave of Africa today, it's a bit shameful when a coach asks his players to leave the pitch. That is quite backward. Senegal coach Pap Thiaw on the late penalty I didn't appreciate at all. That's why I told my players to leave the field. Very shameful. Pap Thiaw. Okay, Sadio Mane. This would have been the worst thing to happen in African football. The world is watching. Barcelona want Hansi Flick to stay as long as possible, but the club are already considering two names as potential future first team coaches: Luis Enrique Martinez and Mikel Arteta. Manchester United board members, so Anna Mikel Arteta, let me say that before. They will meet with Michael Carrick this week to discuss the transfer window. The manager will have a voice in this decision with a club focus in market opportunities. I know a transfer for January and summer.
Just for now, the January. So we need to say if you are not someone who can't.
Okay. Is it the watch? I'm so watch say.
I'm for 1 month pay.
Okay. Pep Guardiola says Manchester City's 2-0 derby defeat at Old Trafford was the result of his side's lack of energy against a better Manchester United side. It is all case. Wako Manchester but this is the best Manchester team he ever met. United team he ever met. It was a very good team, well composed, taking passes together, doing all the right things. Okay, so back home, Mediema tightened their grip on top of the league table. Mediema shaped 2-1 against Vision FC. Some Martin a VR the VR game. Referee no know how to adwamu. Because minimum omo inviting the baby. Since when na VR?
Ghana.
Mrabena or the essay is my own friend. Madam for referee or temai.
Assassin temdo.
Hansen.
Assassin temdo.
Just all the VR, but the VR was a good decision. Just that any mrem to the VR. So fine, okay. Anyway, all right. So Karim Zito has applauded the performance of his players against Baby.
Yakubu Dogo. What?
Okay, go on.
One should go. By the play.
Baby, any coach here, Fres Marcus Schmidt, and also airborne players Abaso. DFA has charged Kotoko. Karim Zito and Prince Owusu for alleged breaches of GFA disciplinary code. GFA charged Aduana FC head coach and then arrested Chioba for alleged breach of disciplinary code. A visibly frustrated Chioba refused to be drawn into a detailed discussion about refereeing following his side's defeat to Nations. Aduana Lucy
1-0.
Ewa he.
Ewa Brankesi.
Na coach no bofuza. Ana. Okay.
He was
easy, you know.
I wicked the team is seen by Kotoko.
Sam.
But you see him too much.
All right. Yeah, Abdul Karim Zito Prince Yawusu omo charges no ewa ha. Maminhwe Zito dia no. It is alleged that both coaches exhibited unsporting behavior towards the match officials of the said game, and they have until Wednesday, 21st January, to respond to the charges. Okay, Ediana and also is alleged to have confronted the match officials in an aggressive and improper manner. Okay, and a league table no ha. Na Kotokoni Olympics as I'm not going to say. So
Olympics.
Transfer
scanner. Oh, issue be.
Issue baba.
Oh, say with you.
Baba onye current.
Oh,
Onya can.
Meaning said they are demanding their share.
Debbie, issue no say. Olympic protocol for say there was an agent who was involved.
Oh, okay.
And Olympics say Article 4 of the agreement. As say, Omuka say, Omanga agent be anka. So what I say into Olympics for I they've written to Kotoko. Kotoko so I reply. Now no I heard that as a China Olympics Omuko player status committee. Player graduates was able. And Ayana why we hear man say Kotoko say because you cannot conduct a transfer without an agent.
I ask somebody who is closer to them and or say issue be the omo you know issue Baba. Why? Because issue ni obi obo issue. E be na on be resolving in there. So mediama stretch you. They on 40 points now. Yes, 40 points.
Hey. Gold Stars 33, Kotoko 32. Until Mediama 3, Kotoko 8 points.
8 points.
It is becoming difficult.
Difficult, very, very difficult.
Hey,
that's why.
Kotoko go on. Clean go. Okay.
I see. I thought some in sound. BBNU. Okay.
And yeah, the bass here very go to be near. And hon some at 9:47. Yeah, fine. So I for Kanjin for Beba. Kanjin for Beba. Okay. And then the cake. Okay, young lawyer.
Enti anopay yema special good morning. Na yemo kwaba biem eha eye Oyerepa 100.7 FM live on Oyerepa TV mraso anopay ye kunko funkro sun semwa edi adenchechena ebu mfumpa enko funkro sunom yere honsem atu anim nsem na de doso ene anopay de disefata se yedema wo ena ye confirming na on the show ama ene anopay yes asie efi Afcon 2025 enra ena eba na wiye onim se the battle of the lions really na a battle of the lions ampa the Taranga Lions of Senegal and the Alas Lions of Morocco our Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium Rabat and ram na 66,526 spectators now wa omuche game no be 90 minutes obia and football and to niyan kwatna or is Brahim Diaz essay the decisive penalty Emma the Alas Lions of Morocco game travel here to extra time no and couldn't die ebaye Emma Senegal no pay ya don some to him or himself Brahim Diaz as 5 goals in the tournament Mo Salah and Victor James Osimhen and so as 4 goals respectively our tournament ya don some to him and the anopay kan Morocco no Senegal emra ya da hinchadom esha amone behwe ewo Oyerepa TV no so and anopay Senegal crowned African champions 2025 na onim sam full awards enra etimi etodwan say ena esi etem the Taranga Lions of Senegal womom ena champions runners up the Alas Lions of Morocco fair play award ekoi ema the Alas Lions of Morocco 3rd place Super Eagles of Nigeria best goalkeeper ekoi ema Yasin Bono and after best player of the tournament ekoi ema Sadio Mane and a top scorer Brahim Diaz yere sansem na to anim and na anopay and some p and a see na anopay yabashe a lot of videos on Oyerepa TV Morocco Senegal emra Sadio Mane I catch emrantensa mumra park no so biem na yan to game no so yabashe sa video no otimi se na money ene anti money no unzo ne penifom 18 come catch boys and say mumfi town no mumra mumfi dressing room na mumra video na dasuro enti enjoy video na yetin come on Afcon 2025 prize money breakdown say and I see ATM 4th in the group beer and $500,000 third in a group and $700,000 quarter finalists for Obia and $800,000 $100,000 and a fourth place and $1.3 million. That is Egypt. And a third place and $2.5 million. That is Nigeria. Rama up on your $4 million and Akokoye, the Allah's Alliance of Morocco and a Champions Forum Senegal and your $10 million and pay your tonsem at 2 hour Jumatensum Sadio money at the Atujasan Yamian Ukraine Nania Japan sa wetin alifte the AFCON trophy na Adema Enra Esiano Senka Amampie Amabona and Keben Gwasam Kasiepa say Senegal abayam the third nation to win the AFCON final after extra time. Ubeka Ethiopia and Egypt 1962 and Ghana and Tunisia 1965. This time around the Taranga Lions of Senegal ayano 2025 Sadio Mane on and emerge as best player of the tournament. I say the Aseda and my teammate no kwa nemo dimbo and I didn't just award no na the Allah's Alliance of Morocco coach Walid Regragui and I did to just say the Taranga Lions of players no or come mate emra amu free pet no so na ohwe image womatima African football enra padia and gwasesem adia homo ye no enya adia ema image papa ema African football na okopa pithiao na suya one the Taranga Lions of Senegal coach or say the late penalty controversy no the obakan say opacho adena oyeye say all country players say munko dressing room ambo biem no opacho na oko Senegal president Bassirou Diomaye fine na suya or see a holiday ewo Senegal krom ho obi anko bia ene tenafie na celebrations na entwasum Brahim Diaz and I said the decisive penalty the Allah's Alliance of Morocco and for the second time after 51 years and ka amusanje afkum biamnom antime amam and I say opa the entire Morocco squad ningina chaw Morocco mining na wo pomachaw sa mrebaye senka omo penalty twatna nanka trophy no monje ningina wantimi anya chopa and ode about say just a football referee can make mistakes and I some Sadio Mane and two after some game no eba na we see we football nipa nso na eto ayiremo nipa nso de mfumso ewe ho.
Yeah, I think first of all I want to say thank you for everybody for the support Senegalese people around all Africa in the world. It was not an easy game, but at the end of the day we did it, so we are really happy about it.
Take us through the moment of the penalty. What did you guys want to do on the pitch? There was a lot happening, crazy fans, photographers, everyone's going crazy. What did you want to do at that moment?
I think it was taken by everybody. The team, they said to me, it's the team, we decide to go out not playing, but so me, I was there. Some people, what do you think about this? Good idea or no? And then I decided to go and bring everybody in the pitch. Yeah. I think it was the best thing to do because this is just football. I think the referee sometimes can do mistake, but can also say what is, we don't know. We're just in the game, so people will this, but I think it could be penalty or no, but that's not the more important. The more important is about the people who watching the world watching this football, and the world not fair to stop the game like this. So I think it was really, really important to play this game, even though we could have won or we could have lost, it doesn't matter. But
now I'm pay ya Senegal this year and what Dakar Mountain so any Japani or the Yensebi na Yenshaka craft from Dakar.
رفضنا قاعد بيقولنا ساتشي كرنا يلا بان خلص يلا رجع بيطلع رجيم ساتوا السنغال عندهم إن شاء الله لا إذا المساعدة يلا لازم نقول المساعدة خلص المساعدة خلص يلا خلص كويس وايد أو بيكون يلا ما بس السنغال سلف كلام
I'ma pay ya call na dietedie e Spain no yanka ya ho kakra before se me ko Spain asembia si e wo Dakar sesia e se enro nwumre no omuni o se Dakar de nkramofo na doso pa e so mkoko sporty hotel bia ene ma na amu ye ba si bram so mo de che adaya almost say Senegal je AFCON to mo de che be fa de free obo mo nye hwe se bianca Ghana ha nke aje AFCON na fa tire wadum ti be ka tire ha o ti ase o fa tire ha na mse o ne free ya se amanfo de ka wura ho no so no ya se manfo de ka wura ho ne enra de hey manfo jobani e woda ka video ni na e da screen so Hendrick enra onemi man of the match against Brest on himself assist at the team 90 Leon Jeninom were about 2 matches, 1 goal, 1 assist for the Brazilian. Now Fiorentino Perez their teacher say they were at the actual board no say here be who player no ni mboba in the summer so no ye masa who squad no problem no e bi fiamo ntebe jadodo na kwan na fe ya fa wo mu a wo ba wo betim Madrid anim wo ba ya nso betim win trophies Otuo ya te report bi say na no ehura supporters who Vinicius Junior anano dia Jude Bellingham ni Vini amo TV hia wo mo tibo a ehuro tetemum ane ajaja ya se fini peso fitimum ane reporter eka mensa ene anopay Chelsea say Madrid epe Enzo Fernandez ekwan baako a football club efaso enya sika player sales enti Enzo Fernandez no for sika mara nyankopon bo asama ombeti unkomom na oruanom ni di ene Alvaro Arbeloa also ekasa after say a winning 2-0 against Levante over the weekend. Alvaro Arbeloa.
Well, you know, I've always been really a person who has always had great respect for the Bernabeu, and I always will. I've been whistled many times myself, and I think that's actually one of the aspects that makes this club great, the level of demand from our fans. We know where we're coming from this week. We know this is the biggest club in the world, a club that demands the maximum from you. And what the Bernabeu asks of us, we have to take it in a positive way, because they know we can give much more, that we must give much more, and that we have to live up to what Real Madrid represents. So there's nothing to reproach our fans for, quite the opposite. We're the ones who need to look at ourselves and give them much more than we've given so far, especially this week. For me, it's very clear as Real Madrid coach. The only thing I'm going to work on is getting the best version of Vinicius. And I'm going to demand that his teammates look for him and give him as many balls as possible, because he
yen fi Madrid na yen nkomom ewo Barcelona so mulusu to Real Sociedad 2-1 na omu chemsa referee sisiomom referee ena ama omu entimi enin kudim ewo game omu ne Real Sociedad eboye na Hans Flick say onya happy with Jesus Gil Manzano Frankie de Jong eka say referee no oye ben 90% adwuma ema Sociedad referee no eye na dwen say oma Barca enin kudim enra na Barcelona offer 22 million euros for Marcus Rashford permanent. Now so still a 30 million euros option to buy into Manchester United and insist on a 30 million euros. Ebusiam diati I don't know Hans Flick no Ukraine defeater and woman no amedia too much. He say I'm concentration now. I'm caught the subsequent games also nothing couldn't jam abba at the amamo Matarazzo or your resource that coach or sin Ukraine so bobo bi na den pa enra bono boy na ete pa Hans Flick or say on say na ho den e wo referee no.
Well, I'm disappointed. I think we made a fantastic game. We created a lot of opportunities, but at the end, I think the result reflects not our game. Sometimes it's like that, you know. At the end, there are some days you invest a lot of energy, and at the end we are unlucky. And this is but you know.
Or say we were unlucky. I know manager Hans Flick Barcelona and out in Canon England Virgil van Dijk captain Emma Liverpool say team na happy with the return of Mohamed Salah Gali experience no oba a lot and the Emma team no Liverpool abusu de teacher say am pese January ya ampo January enya ya early summer no ombetua sika na fe Elliot Harvey, that is Harvey Elliot abaya juma am Liverpool and reporter eka yensa and am play Steven Gerrard say no Ukraine Arsenal and Nottingham Forest game omo boy na Arsenal performance trophy say the better side na Arsenal omo and was say enka edin kunim na Andy Cole or say Michael Carrick yenya udeni uye boy Carrick yenya udeni uye boy adan house Patrick Dogu Okoye the lecture video clips at channel say and out here wenti and ever found Patrick Dogunti Jumanom a quite faso as a United team na near so Manchester United board and Michael Carrick now Chimum Mombesha not for Amadescase the transfer window to Bakum Yonibi Ebatime Abba and your reporter Eka Yansa and I pay now coach so be a bonny day said hey the next Alice Ferguson Adia Jose Mourinho and Timiane Michael Carrick Bayawa Bay yenye udeni Carrick ani nyuma United for to yente Carrick.
Yes, I don't want to get carried away with that DNA kind of thing. I think is we wanted to play well today. We wanted to put things into the game that we felt would help us do that. Certainly want to be good defensively as a whole team. We felt that we had a threat when we had the ball and on transition at times as well. But actually, when we did have the ball, I thought we looked dangerous. And so all around, I literally, it's an easy thing to say. We couldn't ask for any more. The boys give absolutely everything in so many ways. 3 days to prepare, little bits of information here and there. And we took everything on board tactically. And then emotionally we were able to deal with it and exactly like we hoped for really and to feel that like we did towards the end and the whole place, I said yesterday, it's a magic place and it certainly was today and we all felt that.
Now Mikel Arteta said Ukraine amunya clear penalty over the weekend referee and Famamo officer Ola Aina born in Sano na a penalty declared right to say amunya happy with a full-time draw amu Pep Guardiola at the Atuja said defeater amunya Manchester derby no the true reflection of the game and a bad one on the better side and a dim kunimum no grenier ni players lack energy to compete in the game and Pep Guardiola Rosina, coach of the moment, they say, I must say, Aquano Cramon for James. Aquano said, you see, coach Chelsea team, no, Chelsea team, Aquano. Now, I say, impressed about the team, especially Enzo Fernandez and the other players. Now, I say, energy. Our boys, no, a show over the weekend, and it's me as pa. Liam Rosina and Pedro Nectorias after beating Brentford 2-0 over the weekend.
Long time we don't win the Premier League. I think it was a tough game. We knew. But today I think we didn't play well, but we won the game. We get the 3 points, clean sheet. Yeah, everyone knows they are very aggressive. So you try to make a combination to don't let them to press us high. I think we did a great long ball. We won the first ball, second balls, and I think.
Vincent Company is still unhappy. He want to do more. On GBBA, the Bundesliga, the Champions League. Now for trophy bia, Amoko and Fino, Amansa Etimeka, Dino Top Mula, Anton Frankfurt, and in a way, Amajana Quine, and no Letesa, Ekayansa, and Ano Painty. On this note, live on Oyerepa TV, live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM. Still, when you know Sugusua. Utie today's sports on your TV and on your radio. Now, boss player, Sometymer Otuo-Acheampong, the team in that transit details no before that yenin come can magic drinking water. I must say, Emrame say, Abu Junsio no, he saw ye need you, no more, a canjana, but I bobia, a my energy jazz and Casama, the angel grave casa. Aha, canjano, no, Mahmo deba. Energy drink, and I'm canjing a wow. Into diet our on one year to come chim. Now, if you want me at Siasia, Unum Kanjina, who's in super, and I'm on that. Good morning, once morning, Baba. So, time with Kanjin and magic drinking. That's it.
You're on the prince of your chair, I prefer enough a tea for Edinburgh Kangen and magic drinking water. Yes, fear ye. One I know Kanjin and so, Yamamomo, I'm matching. In fact, they be a bahaya most of the time we can say acquire education at the training at the senior. We relearn, we relearn. Until you buy a person one can so we research kakra efa demonstrations and now or experiments a babe wahano. Na abwa one can so. I think over the weekend, and I mean, article be a circulator of social media, and a director of public relations for Ghana Water Company Limited, and I know can there to just say or encourage you be as will be tap water. Article na that screen. So I say I encourage everyone to drink water directly from the taps. Stanley Marty. Now I didn't know cancer. Oh here no creepy woman. Last year, Bahabe can say. Professor Kwekuta Debra, no University of Ghana, professor now on in charge of food and nutrition, or say expert, or the 30 years research into water safety, and who say tap water cry healthy and it sounds hygienic than most of the bottled waters, almost 99%. By then, by this article was somewhere in 2016, 2017. They are making you for smartphone. Now, Google said no bottled water in Ghana contains mineral. No bottled water. What do you make us say for smartphone? No bottled water in Ghana contains mineral. Bonus article now by my journal online na Ghana web to so na be article in a kind. Aden nana Professor Kwekuta Debra Kasa or say with 3 decades, 30 years or the year in research into water safety no. Na fe ada ne dipe fe say bottled waters no minerals bia enimu. Process na omudi yenso ne friend reverse osmosis. That process na another word dead water. And kwan bi enimu aden minerals na nka ede apomuden ebre nkwamo no. Minerals na nka eba beboa wakoma te se magnesium na akoma na timi apompe moja kama. Sa minerals ni calcium ma wo dompe den afei wo tit kra den. Sa minerals ni nyina no reverse osmosis ni eyi free nsuo mu. Na eyi a na nsuo no jani in its acidic state. Enti ebe wie no se nsuo no anka bia borehole fie na we use ara na ma na ye more acidic. Tap water and we use ara bia tap water and pH 6 and 7. But ubi wie arrow na wie na inso na ba be 2 enti inso ni bebre wo ho a oto no dwama nso a nipa ne say bia oto a me de bi che we me de bi ye we but esese ohun say inso no eboa me ana say emboa me enye ne nipa na aka say bia me oto a me che we say oto a me de da bi bisa ohun say aso sanso no eboa wo. And how does it help you? There are several means of betimi a check say inso na me no eboa wo. And then you say you concentrate on ORP, oxidation reduction potential. And the ORP ni dey ene say who say adekudina udina na adukuduna onom boama onipedua no awe na ache ana say enwe na ache. Yes bibi ewe na ache. How would you explain it? Yeah.
To say nipa anka eboama onyi ni
erasti enti adikudia no eboa ema o system no enrasti ana erasti ene na ye friend ORP enti potoka se me say oxidation reduction potential enti briefly no ye wo video wo ho a obi nso eye ne de e wo outside timer enso a ye ba studio ye hwe enso de wo de wonum you drink all these types ye high pH ni ye hwe kakra ni bi na mba be no mi Kanjin, ebi insunie. These are other waters. Mean to me and vouching for them. Ain't you know, this is what happens with the ORP meter and yeah so. Say born I download this link now over to me up wine with the video ORP meter no. Oben say yeah testing here say ebema positive figures. I say my positive figures they are in the oxidize. Just say rusty. So am I negative there in the antioxidant it doesn't rust good bon yeah now the idea na to nche or test it obi nsuo no no we nya 600 positive and negative waba tap water less once tap water and I'm 300 but drink now the two more I think so see distilled water and am I 600 waba be ho or they are called mineral water and also a positive 316 yeah they are me screen wo studio hand media they already be 1000 crashes and so yeah highly acidic into distilled water we nya 250 we are the baba kangen no then we check where soda they are two so we crowd 7up they say and don't be crowd Ghana bi into any dey obetumi abodi but other products are a carbonated drink soda or the back engine quickly bounce are there na negative. When you can say, oh, yeah, research, you know, go online and research. And you can give for say research about Kangen and ORP. And the negative ORP means a born Embra studio. Negative ORP means adikudin embow, and you can test ORP for food, for water, for drinks, for energy drinks. Said the ababa kan. O test here the negative figure. Bon pacho embra studio quickly. If you test the ORP for this water, we say one of the waters on the market, highly acidic. So you bet me Zumuka crowd so we are getting positive by 1,900, 800. Legend Patrona who did that 1,000
1087. 1080.
My Fambra Kanjin, we don't have time to test all the waters. Immediately you see it is coming down. It is coming down drastically. And it will come down until we have a negative figure. But it is from 1,000 now, it is coming down. It will get to a stage where you are going to get about, add some more water, let's see. But over here, we want to get the negative air. It's okay. That's so air it is going down. We will leave it inside whilst we continue our discussion. We say a negative, and these drinks are helping your system to oxidize, whilst kangen water is helping you anti-age. And you'll be onum kangen, any age now, he or she looks very younger. Everyone would, but the right water is very important. Why do we say so? The water will help your heart, it will help your liver, it will help your kidney. So if you drink just any water, top pressure ama kidney no, top pressure ama liver no, instead of excreting waste from the system, these things are not going to help you. Legend, one other thing is why apart from ORP, pH, and maybe a pH scale, it will go so you can hold it until it comes to the negative. You have pH indicator now, you say whatever you are drinking, what to me test is acidic and a neutral and a alkaline. And this is where I want to stand today. Kanji nearby, you say be a condemn will be product. Yes, reverse osmosis a man crop for what technology the man so we get at least neutral for the person. To say we two borehole of ye, open say a born a treaty. We do that. One day better kangen machine. We can help you with reverse osmosis. But at the end, we will help you so that you retain the minerals in the water. I didn't in America, sir. Look at these 4 waters in the studio. First one here. They are me test here my high ORP na positive no. Then legend, you look at these 2 waters, at least there's a slight change. We won't say, whereas this is yellow, this one is green. And this is where I can say, bad studio, we don't come to condemn probably all the waters in the studio. No, we don't do that. So you see the difference. They are not a green. They are green, yellow. No. You compare this to and you see that there is a light difference. So this is far better in pH than this. Then you come to the one that gives you optimal hydration. Kangen brings or sets the difference. When you drink Kangen water, it changes the pH automatically. It gives you a better pH level. And when you add it to other waters, we say easily. But you see a better test here, you need about 8 bottles of Kangen. And sana it from acidity to alkaline. Difference. This is the reason why when you are talking about water, you need good water for your system. Good water. Carbonated drinks na to toma edico school blended fruits, any vegetables right from their young age. If you are able to control these things, maybe 6 months in a legend. We've never been to the hospital ever since we came back from the hospital. 6 months. God's grace is there. The God factor there. You can't take it out. But it has been kanjing from day one. 6 solid months. Me and my brother outside Thailand. They say in so man when you onokra the pania na ye warm mofra sa 6 kilo mofra na wo bida. And they've never been to the hospital. I'm a living testament. I've been drinking Kangen water for almost 10 years now. I don't remember the last time I went to a hospital. My wife is a health worker. Those times I walk at me corner me blood analysis. Now me moja test here. The blood pH I get is 9, 10. That is the pH of my blood. Once your blood is alkaline, Dr. Otuo-Acheampong say you are to mean to name, even including cancer. So cancer, it means that your system is acidic. Oh, you are kitten, my friend, why are you? If you are not within our system, now you are acidic. No, acidic water and wow. Once it sounds so, this is why you need to switch. Some time ago, you acquired demonstration. I was touching mine na, and so I'm the brain. Obuase similarly, I'm the in so a brain. And so now the brain I test and the body you can give me the slide you just gave me. In so now the brain no the other mind says here and different waters. No. You're testing so in legend, not pH number 10.5. And this is what we want the masses to understand. You need to know your pH table. You need to know the pH scale. At least liquids now, we have about 10 or 11 small bottles on the screen. But a beer in the color. Legend, the first one, the pH, pH scale now started from 0 to 14. First one now, why orange? We had the rightful pH scale now. First one, it is the acid in a car battery. And so better still will be in swell chromo how to mean a beer that color orange. But our market, and you can't also relegate this FDA form one and testimonial and a standard board authority. Debbie, you have to do the homework yourself. Necessity lies upon you. Yeah, I can't say everybody would die, but you can take very good care of yourself. And to Kangin in Sony bar, we talk about 3 properties. Oil demonstration waha, and then it's antioxidant. A won't soon. Ya kasa about alkalinity, and I can say anyone is a microcluster. Because of that, unuma a penetrative baby. Enti oko internet so now we research about Kangin, ORP, asema yeke, we blood analysis within few seconds. How benum Kangin, no one say who result. Recently, Obi frame, I say na nipano, I say our migraine. Yeah, to mean that migraine, you can't, uti half nesi. Just I would do sa a bonasum, the right side I want it. And I started with the normal regular pH, and I started so on. After 2 weeks, after any senses nas outside head, the person was able to sleep very deep. After the senses nina ejuma. And so now you didn't have to do an
time na so on
10 seconds.
So lo atna se no ha adwa.
So on say so there e di nipadwa ni akotene pa. Enti the quality of water we drink very essential to nipadwa no. Enye nsuo bi akeke, obi obeka se nsuo bi aye nsuo bet medofo nsuo bi anye nsuo. Uye nsuo aho ebema ahoden ene apomuden pa. Unkwanu nso nza nkofo how anasa yare emre nipadua ntina kanjin ya bedwa so se yebema obi ansa aka nso a ebebo nipadua no na abo nipadua no wo pomudin pam enti ye che won ye number no 0241
0241
44
91
0241
44 91 is old friend number ya. Bibi efa kanji ho bia no bu se be trom ba bia benya bi no ho nsem. Okay. And 050 7379 474 050 7379 474. Yeah, that's Ajua. And the
number na busy.
WhatsApp keep now WhatsApp. Me check accountant no so. Yeah, Benson. Also say dance one.
Yeah, we dance with your Robert no was it.
Robert, yes steady. Okay, solo
boss. Yes, Pepsodent Charcoal, Pepsodent Herbal Toothpaste. Eno na Ghana Dental Association I recommend it say ye fie me emfa entwi yes eboa ma yese no enya ahoden eboa ema center be free enu aba wa bra ye dim komo no enso ye center kama ni nyane say ye the fluoride natural charcoal lemon mint zinc and I Pepsodent Charcoal green tea ne herbal extract enso ye the I Pepsodent Herbal Toothpaste eboa ema yesi twitwie no eho asem no akokama de amayen Pepsodent, every smile matters. Bosomtri Rural Bank PLC. Brian Sway, baby savings account, current account, fixed deposit, Susu savings, special account, joint account, and a face kiddy account. Now be account, no. Now we say sikasem ebe tumpo ema Susu loan, micro group loan, salary loan, agricultural loan. Now for business and commercial loans, yamabi. Enti ebo ama wajuma etumpo no ne eboa ama sikasem enso aye kama ewo ubotomi head office ewo continency other branches atonso agogo jache koko futere ahinema kokobe adwena se ebu akwa atonso bokra putoja magazine afiakobi ene abinchi market bosomchi rural bank PLC fraying 0508 6427 0508642705 Bosomche Rural Bank PLC expert in unit banking Aiming Scientific Hospital ye no buy wa ya dia ya specialize wo ne hwemu pa no stroke awon nsem ene yade bi atena so ache the friend chronic diseases and infections no ba ye ho adwuma kama ewo yaso ye machines ne ye adwuma ba ye de be free yade no ebe yi abeto so na afi ye hu adukura ewo se ye de kan na so unya ayarsa ye okuma se Atwema Techiman kwada so fo ase ekwan so 18 other branches ewo Ghana eho nyina kwa obenya yaresa enchi boga wa bibiani Accra Takra de Tamale Atebubu Nkoko sunya ne ho sahide bi so na afi ho free 0277 00 1234 0277 00 1234 now on Amen Scientific Hospital ND and Komo Apomodine Eba Clinic Dr. Sam Nono or say for any yadi ni nyina bra glaucoma, eye pressure, cataract, eye syphilis, long and short sightedness. Na o de ba obeboa amwanino ehun ade ye wanino ebe kama ede amount. Or say o ba now also bra o gonorrhea o candidiasis o waist pain and afro goiter. Fabra Pomodine Eba Clinic o kuma say so for like soldier for crying so ni Assemblies of God asori no and a edi enimhwe from when it was 0551 098961 0551 098961 grow fine herbal tonic emojadro onumua udidi kama onumua oda kama onumua moja nantiye ewo untini mo osori ano party senipediano ewa ahode oba menstrual disorder, absence of menstruation, excessive bleeding, painful menstruation, a grow fine herbal tonic and a onum na SCA a day amount.
Excessive bleeding.
Obi owa obi nsaya na moja no etuno pa doso. Han obi so owa menstrual disorder no ne menses ne sisi so. Senka bosumi we ne menstrual cycle near 28 days and 30 a ke wose sisi so ana ba o regulating kama edi amount eno no bi e o misty eba Colina Keba, Smart Eba, Frediment, Sapidank, Pure Leaf, Chemical, any herbal shop nyina ebi ewo ehonomo open do to akwa digital herbal clinic Kumasi Amekum Runabout Bank of Africa and channel pay for grow fine ewo 0244596532 0244596532 grow fine makes you grow fine edek SMB test and also airboa emema ne papa ewo empam agudie ni nyina ne se peja watenkem na watumi eno hokani anya enhyemu ententem so na yesa de ni nyina no US pay free or low sperm count na premature ejaculation at the account into libido no ebe kosra edek SMB test and abejibi na wanum enoi ebi o heba ne chemical shop across the country for Edu Herbal Clinic Nejedodo on 0243 989 368 and 0201 044 221 the edi no ABA Herbal Clinic Dr. Esebra na omo edrofagu aduanim na di na glaucoma cataract syphilis eden ni so nyina no ebe free odi amani nyane se dro no ewura enini ntine so na yeso adwuma edi amao hypertension prostate liver any kidney related diseases china no ABA Herbal Clinic sofata soforasta sofa branche oso ba obeye ho adwuma kama kwaba so dwuna se main market echiwa doma incro Ebenezer Prisco be appear kubi coast ho and ABA Herbal Clinic and one numbers 0541 565 199 and 0502 812 161 now an ABA Herbal Clinic Eddie and Komo and
thank you so much na yemfa we mrana fe ye medin komo no efa Amen College of Health Sciences they say mo pese mo nurse school o pese o nurse the CID Nurse and Midwifery Council of Ghana ama Amen College of Health Sciences to me say womo emu akwanya na wa you say wom betimi afanipa atete wo mama be nurse for omni UDS for na akabo mu dis adwuman betimi apply for hostel who apply near for your hostel facilities or na ye won near ma de besua de no be nurse ni mapa uwi ya na chese ne ye bu adwuma no mo nya na mo prefer mo enti no ye school de wa ba wusua de so be nurse na esa che Arabic na che French de obezo sua bia no ubenya de aka ho nurse ni a oka kasa different eboa yes they say it me farm abe diploma and registered general nursing and afi yes our certificate in complementary healthcare assistant and no na we ya na koyo adwuma no 2 years and after 2 years no na just say ye pe ba bia mo akoyo adwuma timu am results no ya na du ba bia atechema kakra ne ade no akonya wo so beba na so ba be diploma in registered general nursing you bibia emma kwan so ba we school na ko pa adwuma bia 020 8209 699 020 8209 699 0208209 friend number here number here chese ye otano so e okumase na chese o ko she school kwase eno ano ye ya mo admission ko she school kwase na bibia ekọ okay kwekwan ba for akwa ba ye nti we na afie nko
let me chiao me give say weekend na
yes sir bibia okay bibia okay
the radiasi bibia so kama na Choba Rustica or say we put in a lot of work but the referees are making our work difficult and the FA charges him but the says they will not respond the tama no e wo ho no mo e ba be ka ho ansem na hooliganism finally enter into women football tama ampum da ko ani Savannah FC e wo Techiman eno ananye ade ana e de kakra yo video ho no mo a ye ba eno so ho nsem kakra ho no mo na eno so yemobium at ni Okreku AJ Park Vision FC almost walk out and so eno so ho no mo ye de eno so enso e be ba and Kotoko supporters demand from Alex Cote to state his position on the Samba O'Neill's goal. And I'm a pair of some press conference and also so when some honor and also Oyerepa. Now, we munina timer, yeah, the videos ebe back the voice near the voice back out the videos so the video back. Until there was story catch the telephone here before.
Because I wasn't much chance enjoy for level.
I'm a pay 11.
How are you?
A scoreboard stadium.
Naja supporters in Asia. Support in Asia air press.
Press conference. There be any match. I'm see Samba goal. Alex Cote Kotoko match. That's a decision be done more. No I bet check match na be no change position. And we so ya mountain nka the ball match ni match na memenda. Nti 24 hours correct still our mountain nka.
Alex Cote nti no mo here.
Say nothing so issues raise issues with regards to polling, for instance. Say F na neglect quarter na echo the F has not shown concern say polling incident you know I feel interested being bibia be kotoko and there are other issues be raising. It's going to be an interesting press.
We say as for let you you see for the about and I any near
well with regards to Alex Cote then there was a company for intimi bisa supporters na a little bisa but Pole the end there I think
okay
to some extent you know and that's a Pole class omu nuana no nti
so but Mate yes sir Obed yanko
so the weekend was very, very interesting. I mean, lovely games all over. Saturday was packed, Sunday AFCON also by. So it was enjoyment after enjoyment after enjoyment. Now, Saturday, no early kickoff, SFO here with a lovely clash of tactical brains. Early days yet, but the focus is on Saturday game. No, Michael Carrick, Kitchener bench, Hedema, Manchester United. What a promising start from the United legend. Now, whilst watching the game, now I realized that the 7 key principles are Jose Mourinho Otuo-Acheampong. Carrick was applying almost all of it. And say one particular person over the years, an antidote when fighting Pep Guardiola, a coach of Jose Mourinho. On the court 2-2, who say to outclass, outdesign, and outplay Pep Guardiola, there is certain format as we use. And Carrick and modify no, and he deserve applause. So United any City game now. One thing is for sure, City had possession. United control the space. And You can have the ball. No actually be a ball nko. But there can be someone else that will apply pressing and blocking to limit you from entering dangerous spaces. So they'll control the space. And that was a Juma Carrick here against Pep Guardiola. So you can see City recycling the ball. They had almost times 2 of the passes at Manchester United. But proper goal threat was missing from City when they enjoying possession. It was a game Haaland was extremely frustrated because the channels are supplies in the free. Eddie Abad was not coming, and he had a physical battle with Lisandro Martinez. Martinez for now, actually say on a Haaland share, especially with the physical aspect with me dealing with him. Now, Carrick set up in a 4-4-2 system with Kobe Manu Casemiro at the base, with Bruno Fernandes as the player or the link between the midfield and the attack. And Obo Abrante Fen Mbuemo as a false 9. Now with Mbuemo and Man United without the ball, an additional player to join Bruno to form the first line of defense. Don't forget Obo Pati Dogu as a left winger. So Dogu looks sure no Omedica to Pampim no Hodada. Then there's Diego Dalot on the other side, covering all the spaces at City for the Beja. So it was a typical counter-attacking game with purpose. United for counter-attacking Omobono. They were quick, they were fast, and they were moving well. Now, Jose Mourinho can say the team with the ball makes the most mistakes. And that was what happened to Manchester City. Yes, look at this particular build-up. See, the moment Tominya Abon, you can see 4 players running. Dogu Namha, Bruno Namha, Mbuemo Namha, and that led to the goal. Quick transition and making good use of spaces. Inti idea back will say United a bubble. When teams sit back and United are supposed to create, they struggle. So why don't you give that to Manchester City? And when you say Pep Guardiola will take that bait, then you catch them on the break and so too it worked perfectly for Club FN Manchester United. This was a game. Senkabon one shape in the 2-0, but Kebit me even more than 2. Could have been 5, it could have been 4 for Manchester United. Good start for Abrante and Carrick. City have a problem in their defense. And until I'm Gehi, Pep Guardiola Fanaba. But how Carrick arranging City, arranging United was the best. They make good use of United City for a high line or more bono. And making sure they will cut them on the break and they lead to numerous offside. Messi mounted the and others. APMO game. So United had credit. It looks like Pep Guardiola has his weakness. And his weakness is a team that is well structured defensively, committing less errors in their defensive zone and catching them on the break. So your team now to Mr. Shesa Obesha Club FN Manchester City, and it confirms Jose Casemiro, whoever has the ball makes more mistakes. And then in a PMO game. Credit for United, and let's see how things will go after this particular game. Whether Carrick beat me attack or so, because any opponent Nina Obeshiana Obesete back. Abo high line. Ama would the counter and closing spaces are question. Now me so to away from that same game. Yet mean kasa match no asemayenka Kobimenu. I mean open one player. We've always had questions. And Morin Yusunia ne Abrante Fen Kobimenu. M2 on the day playing against Foden, Bernardo Silva and Rodri in the midfield, it was just a delight to watch. I mean the calmness on the ball. Me sure one who saw video na trendy on how Sifa a dodgy Abrante Fen Antoine Semenyo with just the body movement. And I'm happy say Kobimenu will take advantage. One say under Fletcher no Unyamati is me boy but it looks like against City Oshone dominance, and that was a good one for Kobimenu to Yambo Carrick Abaso or Confaso share Manchester United. Now moving on to other matches. Okopiemo Santiago Bernabeu. Madrid shall Levante by 2-0. But that is not the biggest news from the game. The biggest story was Real Madrid supporters, Ehuru Omu players, and even chanting said Florentino Perez should resign. That's the biggest moment. Avelo Aberoa to the 21st La Liga game in a 2-0 win, but it was overshadowed by the reaction and the response from the supporters. na we obi a wadi Real Madrid achia their supporters ni ene nya wonwa. It's part of their tradition. They don't entertain defeat. And no matter the way, once you start showing signs, say, Omujawa, you drop the standard of Real Madrid, no. Ometian, ama waba also. And I don't need the omoye. Nipa ba ko muhuru ni power was Vinicius Junior. Time an announcement, a cost of mobile lineup or mobile nidin. And Enyanope, during the game, Madrid in Yaboa, you're expecting their home fans to be behind them. Rather no more whistle. Send your car where you be treated. Levante for Nyabo Anoma Command Watum. And the sign is clear. You cannot lose to Barcelona or the Supercopa España final. Now on Samba Copa del Rey, now be say team show. They will not entertain that. They don't welcome that. Ewo set up no. Now a man for be say a 2 hash. Go to players a Kukudama Real Madrid. Almost supporters and from the last 25 years or 26 years or 2026, the last 26 years, great players under no circumstance would they endorse mediocrity from Vinicius Junior, because Vini has not been in the best of form, but his attitude when he's not even in the best of form, no, extra supporters a buffo. Now because so what about Florentino Perez? Amoma Perez are setting up because Alonso ko, Carlo Ancelotti ko, Zidane complained about how when you had the backing of the Real Madrid administration, especially when Oye list someone conquer fan brand or transfer market. So there are some Madrid fans who feel say where they are now, no, Florentino Perez indecisions be and key decisions be has affected them, because there were some of the players that he allowed Madrid to sign, but they were not a necessity. Now they had some players and they had certain positions are next opinion the Coco Faba. No, too, I was happy, and that is what standard it here. They don't entertain mediocrity, and no too. Ube who say on the first half near 0-0. Madrid players in the bar second half they were different beasts because they knew say Oman Shah and their supporters in the bedroom. That is big clubs. Into Omwa almost say they have issues with Madrid fans, Ebu or Mu players. What you should know that Madrid supporters don't entertain mediocrity and they always want to be at the top. Finally, AFCON, the tournament Manuesi. And no AFCON me who say Drew baby I say otomra tochene kakrana or the katashifem. As he say no, be the new norm. Drew baby no fa katashiam fema, you will not move forward. Before that, Krano, the level of unity among the Senegalese players is something we must study as a country. It was a no. The second keeper of Senegal was the one protecting the towel of Edouard Mendy. Keeper no, because Morocco, Nigeria, towel na a Nigerian goalkeeper ni use. Every time we be able say na the ball boy say what Morocco no have time no matter what. I don't know what they were thinking. Say what towel no, but on the time to it was frustrating the Nigerian goalkeeper. That was one. So Enra, Senegal had a plan. Mendy towel no started with white, and at the point Ashraf Hakimi and a kotam towel no touching, and a Diouf a free a kofasabre Mendy. That was one. Then number two, they realized that Saudi and they would do it to frustrate Mendy. So the unity, that is the bond. For a second keeper, I say a Trimodin na feet to say play or to bench, you know. Decide I say no. The nation first. So whatever he can do to protect the main goalkeeper, which is his towel, Obekwa Kujina behind the post to protect it. And at the point, he had to wrestle with ball boys, and he was being dragged even on the field. And here back. Now, so check it time. Senegal AJ trophy now. I'm talking about this because as Ghanaians we've seen this before. The issue of captaincy affected Ghana in major competitions. Dressing room camp and whole lot. And now the captain for Senegal Koulibaly, but on Messi game no because of suspension. So Idrissa Gana Gay was the one and that captain's handband the bono. when the game was ongoing. So captain there, so venue on neba ebe peja cap. But look at something. The 4 senior players in the Senegalese team, Edouard Mendy, Koulibaly, Idrissa Gana Gueye, and Sadio Mane. Sa 4 in the bed na boys ne jinomechi. Then Koulibaly called Sadio Mane to come and lift the trophy. An iconic picture. Koulibaly needs sacrifice. So we can talk about so many things about this Senegalese team. How much shomo, but the respect and unity among the players is something we must study as a country. So too, and I fell in love with how no back together as a unit, fighting for one goal. When me na make what to tell us about penalty, about trophy. That you didn't see that among them. So too, how na sem na make any. Credit to the Senegalese team. Omachre say with unity, self-respect and discipline, and a little bit of katashi.
Right, Zach.
So, a very busy weekend from Europe and Africa. Now, interestingly, I'm saying this weekend, about Premier League, the top 3 teams, all of them dropped points. Even Liverpool coming in the top 4 now, will be double points in their respective games. But I think even though Arsenal drop point, but Omonomia had the biggest gain in terms of what they compare Aston Villa and Man City. We say there were a lot of anger from the Arsenal supporters because it was an advantage that Nelson Komuteki against Nottingham Forest now and go 9 points clear. At 9 points you are relaxed. Relaxed in sense pressure will not be on you until after goalless draw with Nottingham Forest. There were a lot of social media and Arsenal supporters were not happy because they thought it was a very good advantage Nelson Komuteki by beating Nottingham Forest and go 9 points clear. But still now, all to compare and because if Aston Villa have won their game, there be pressure because then can be 4 points between Villa and Arsenal. Lucky for Arsenal, Everton, a very stubborn side when the 1-0, but still now Arsenal ekuta 7 points leader on the league table. So talking point here was at the Old Trafford. Now Saturday I was so emphatic that there was no way Carrick was going to lose that game against City. When I saw the news about how Omoichi and one thing that I was very sure is Husanov, Alain and Ateneki the players to stop those United attacking team from scoring. And the good thing Carrick inherited this week, having all the attacking players back, Ahmad and Mbomo from the AFCON. Good news, in terms of how he set up the team. I'm wondering this game without Ahmad and Mbomo could have been different story altogether, because he set up the team such a way Sesko didn't start, Kuna didn't start. Now players with intensity to run at the City defenders, in terms of when there's transition for Manchester United, which helped him very well in terms of how Oseti up team. But Pep overlands on Rodri, a problem kakra. So bon mama me, kwaya no mo pese City person mo build up with Rodri. Now they wanted to build up in 3-1. So 3-1-6. Virtually that was how they wanted to build up when they are playing. To this on your screen. It's what now Pep doing is about only one defensive midfielder. The other midfielders in the players with that attacking minded. To share the other ones they were no Foden and Bernardo Silva. Some players were attacking from now. They are not ball winners. It's the only ball winner in that team now, Rodri. It is a defender. They are exposed because the only one with the ability to win ball is Rodri. It's a problem for him how to set up team. It's a other character to one. He has to okati the passing lane to Rodri, into one of them. Maybe there was no way pass would have come to offense Rodri. There's another one born again at the bar. You see, at any point in time, what they tried to do was that the only way of progressing on Rodri. So let's try to cut the passing lane to Rodri. It's only perfect with Momo and Bruno. Say, what the new film they we can handle all of them because they will go wrong. They will try to look for Doku, they will try to look for Haaland, they will try to look for Semenyo, which they can deal very well, which Omoye perfectly Ebuama Omutminya the results that they wanted. So Carrick, actually the results are when you are said coach of Manchester United. Unse about 3 being interim. And we come one. Born or the games into the managers that he has faced and beaten. Unse kwashe United Emery at Villarreal, which United obey interim back on. Kwashe United Emery 2-0 ewo Spain. And Okobo 1-1 with Thomas Tuchel. Then beating Arteta 3-2. These are the 3 games before he left. Then coming back to beat Pep Guardiola 2-0. Unse one of those games now. One shot be now because it could have been 4, 5, 6, depending on the United attackers, converting rate. It comes back to this season. They've created the most chances in the Premier League. If you extend it to the top 5 leagues, they are the third in terms of most chances created in Europe. But once again, if you create all these chances, you are not scoring enough. I think it's a problem. A good result for Manchester United, and I think this weekend, next weekend, United are traveling to Emirates to go and face Arsenal in another very difficult game for Michael Carrick. I think we'll see what will happen, but this game is a good one for Michael Carrick and the Manchester United team. Mr. Otuo, AFCON kakra. Because I think there should be a deliberate attempt to give Ian Sunsen for a lot of education on like the rules of the game and because you see him say we are becoming a problem on the message that we send out for people to consume. And go on as Senegal say you say you can have your analysis on your issues on whether a foul and a foul, but to let an ordinary person understands, oh, no, it's a referee no consult VAR. You see, you are sending a signal say yes, almost shared the liberty to cheat Senegal. One, MSR video now. The referee have whistled before the first contact from Senegal. He has whistled and said the Senegal play an airpin ball. And in football, when the referee whistle, anything that happens after that, non and void, you count to be. Because the argument is that whistle or whistle, every point of my microphone and defendable now, he has heard the referee whistling for a foul. So why should he defend again? And I think say one, you can analyze it it is soft, but the referee was very close to the incident. And truth is that there was a push. And it came back to the discussion of the referee, how he saw it. Because there was a push. Nobody can convince me this morning and say, Sabona, second head, there wasn't a push. There was a push. But I say, I say, soft any football. The moment he saw the push, he thought a foul and I was still answering the ball on the Then come back to penalty issue. Clear penalty. Because baby, I'm not. Diasi jirano or one a born a buyer born a igano west and born heady bono everywhere. So the another discussion is that baby Otiano, you prevented him from playing. Go training not edible from a clear penalty. The two say car for and take measures to punish Pape Tiao seriously. It should be serious punishment to affect him even at the World Cup. No, you see, this is the biggest tournament on the continent. You should not entertain people destroying the image of your biggest tournament as in this continent. What he did, and this my papa said, calling players of he was able to convince Mani to also go. But Mani air corner, lucky no kosia, call right. No go. Yes, Mani accepted to also go. But all corner. And anyone who shall call her, and I was saying, stop what you are doing. This not a good play. Call them back and play the game. And my mind is arguing necessary. It I think say CAF should find a way to punish the coach severely. Next time coaches will not be doing this at this stage of the tournament. Senegal are deserving winners. Sir, or my meaning now, whoever on a J trophy now or deserve so beje. But that drama, you come crazy, young boy, you be young mobile. Where say Chumo? Say Sigana Chum to Anna Mobile.
Who says, yeah,
enjoy, and you say
the official started with Jerry.
Kotokwane Lions.
The late Jerry.
Sorry. So I think it wasn't a very good idea. See, by Embo Senegal also. They prove say because if you watch Senegal now to compare Nigeria semi-final game on Morocco boy now, Senegal proves yes they are a very good side. So I think Ghana is the only country I'm saying a moment. You tell say Yanje Cup maybe because so far Obia say Senegal very good team no magic. Ivory Coast moment no magic. Nigeria moment no magic. Instead Obia even Tunisia money or Jeremy be a moment no magic trophy maybe. But Yankwana ye moment yan take advantage of the moment to win the trophy. So finally just a crazy Spain one media see. The Reman supporters here and I think one of the best things that I've seen supporters do. Telling players say mo my pam coach na coach the nyan fort mo suma yin the my pam coach no. I like when supporters send these signals to players. I want believe be say but for the behavior of Vini especially Ebianka Alonso and Pamano they show their displeasure to the players. So you see, they got Alonso now, at least, and Barca lost yesterday. 1 point between Omone and Madrid, and that one Abalo Boshe and Alonso will also beating Levante. Now Levante blow Mobrepa. Alonso would have beaten them and do a stretch in Pona or Mobransa from Levante. But you see, when players become indisciplined, when players think without them the team cannot move on. I don't have a problem. And the reason why Mr. Tomondi Perez Abamuni said Alonso almost succeeded. So succeeded in bringing discipline. At the moment, okay, time now, Vini. Oh, yeah, stop on. So, I know you free game. Oh, yeah, no, Tiano. Time now, all Vini no. And the Florentino Perez. And mom, try say he is intervening to let Alonso know say at Real Madrid, Vini Muno they are untouchable. And Alonso down for in about at Real Madrid. And I like the fact that supporters name who say what the players did to get Alonso sack no and now they use my papa or more than a teacher or park.
Okay, that's Mami I will say Chefman say I'm just waiting to hear the comparison Obed will make between referee Daniel Lai and yesterday's referee about incompetence. Na Anani Kunsu Kojokrum say if Amika Ateta was Papa Ateta you substitute Odiga for Mikel Merino, why Bericheze and Kai were on the bench. Ateta why Benji Ewo Mfensi seriously. I'm very happy about the kind of behavior that Senegal demonstrated. If not, they would rob them. Sometimes no, yes sir, massa. Indeed, Sadio Mane is real professional. Sadio Mane, real professional player. He earned my respect. Getting to honorable wisdom. Say okay. Crespo say, Crespo Fufu. Kudos to the Teranga Lions of Senegal for lifting the AFCON yesterday, and I'm proud of Sadio Mane's fighting spirit and leadership. They really deserve this trophy. Abefe Bonale Listowell say, watching live from Antoine Adesina referee Julien Nunu will never see peace in his entire life for disallowing a perfect goal scored by Kotoko captain Samba against Gold Stars. Fiatuse Louis, please allow Zakito to speak for 30 minutes. It's a Manchester United day. How do I say, where is that video, Zach? Michael Sama, Zach, don't mislead the public. He only asked Leroy what he would have done if he was in his shoes. All right. Yanko. You what just say Zakito say Okubusa and as a papa no or the papa ne catch and men could be
okay video na bono enyo no kwa na keti
men could be
video no papa tiao okay ya okokase egu money aso mu then they were leaving so money air kono crowd also was coming no oshia no tan na ni mu nto one am say okase egu money aso ma money that was after crowd was spoken to me no call haji wonu bi
any money kasa we no you could see say money was ready say after there or quite to the extent or even the rest would go and bring
where you off that was where after what can say you
any that's Saturday
all right yanko
Senegal team media on betin aje World Cup. No, but I think Zagito my share African countries or Marco World Cup, but this side looks different and the money look different your more commitment level compared to other African countries. Not to say to say Nigeria team equal 1984. I think of African teams are called World Cup country assemble the best squad when it comes to individual players and their quality there. A bad didn't see Benya contribute to Nigeria team equal 1984 no. Say overconfidence after qualify from a group and no more Argentina, Bulgaria. Now Marco World Cup to even beat Argentina. I think that team compete me and make a record. Then the Nigeria team of 1988. And also another exceptional team because majority of players from Kobo 1984 no echo 1988 maybe. In between and omoji the Olympic Games in 1986. And that Olympic Games almost Argentina eshe Brazil. That Argentine team had the likes of Ortega, Hernan Crespo in the team. That Brazilian team had Rivaldo and Ronaldo. If what me show more at the 23 level, not 2 years after Oko World Cup, I was standing a chance of winning it. But you know, and then on the standard of player quality above from compared to those years. It wouldn't coaching right kakrebia. Then you stand a chance of making a case at any tournament. Senegal team, whilst we were hyping Morocco, yes, Morocco deserve it because it's not easy to go over 25 games. It's not easy to African country be anko World Cup in semi-final. No anko World Cup no do semi-final. It's ultimately taking credit away from the Morocco national team na. But this Senegal team, so about England, or about Brazil, or about draw against Brazil, and almost England. See, I call World Cup this year. You need a favorite. You be England because England this generation, almost a lot of good players, and they have a very good coach, who is a proven winner in Thomas Tuchel. Brazil, yeah, come once. Yes, ebia Brazil generation where players no shed any through compared to 2006, even the last World Cup 2022, but which they had Neymar. 2002 Brazil J World Cup no 1998 mobile final 1994 moji say offer Brazil teams omode co tournament and answer a certain generation because a generation way and quality wise a form but they are still you count to among the best and their coach is Carlo Ancelotti. I want to be beer football their car is to win a trophy with the national team and so be so trophy with the national team team inside the Brazilian national team because they know how to win trophies. World Cup abako se omaji World Cup chen obia. It is one of our countries ibo. Now team England, who team be draw against Brazil. Watch another game no. Unlike Nigeria there as an atmosphere no intimidate to omgakra. Say no pa yan can't trust a cup of nation final near Bonu Morocco.
Brazil and Senegal is.
So ombo say 2-2 and Brazil
show 2-0.
2-0.
Almost England 3-1.
Okay.
And I'm Brazil showing 2-0.
Okay, all right. And then the Panasi. I said no more Haiti pose me. The difference between Omumi it was like as a Senegal and host Cup of Nations compared to other countries and normally Morocco about this tournament. Morocco and Nigeria semi-final. Mekawa say yes, whilst actually a change Nigeria team come for so ball and an arrangement of players on the pitch no system of the core game any in-game management na question marks e wo ho kakra but enra watch Senegal almost standing toe to toe with Morocco. Yes, incident there we can talk it out another time. And at that particular moment after omugo no mo share when VR entime intervening na ball the Morocco ball there, it was a penalty because at that level when you defender you don't make that mistake. Don't sako so player con trended the 18-yard box and that 6-yard box a penalty. Our reaction was not towards the penalty incident. Our reaction was towards few minutes before after more if we almost sure go a penalty DT and Enra I'm but made them who different Sadio Mane from day one he was against the decision. He was against the decision from time when we decided some called dressing room he was against the decision. And only the only player will show say no matter the teammates onye ready so be accept the coach and I can't be because Sadio Mane is a big boy within the team and such players do that level now who coach Ukraine original touchline sometimes we fit crowd to quote the national team age no it's not he saves Senegal. And another way the political side of football esa reduce Morocco for the tempo no tita mama ba ye no yes who say Morocco for no ade no ma ye no affect Morocco for no Senegal took over, scored and won the Cup of Nations. Good game from Senegal and I think Africa hopes also towards the 2026 World Cup and they have an excellent team. I say coach Jesus so be drop obia o onso so be drop obia apart from Sadio Mane, Koulibaly and they be a Mendy because of the experience. It's difficult. So when you are building a young team, obey experienced players in the film. This is a solid team. And when I Blasters, you Cup of Nations, I expected the same commitment from the players. And any talent in Kwa, but also show some level of commitment and also so a multi-major tournament. But me Spain. Saturday, I'm sure Real Madrid and then Labente game. And I'm who the Real Madrid fancy here. Vinny Junior and Jude Bellingham asubia de omunya bidaw. There be a meka about Real Madrid and the politics within the Real Madrid football club. So when Real Madrid here pa they like South Americans but they don't worship South Americans. Real Madrid almost South Americans pa but they don't worship them. And for only trophies are Vinny Junior aje Real Madrid any the way ade ba ko Real Madrid ne say the player bia ba be Real Madrid bia obi abeye bida enti untimi nye bibi ma ne nso supporters ne ni say we de wo ye da musonko Cristiano Ronaldo mahuru ne da o Raul mahuru ne da Alfredo Di Stefano mahuru ne da Fernando Redondo Anom so the Prince of Madrid the reason is simple. The most important person at Real Madrid is the club president. So onyananyoma right now we need trophies. You can be part of that generation no need trophies no. Time na mo jini de do. But BBC they will turn against you. This is the politics. And yes Santiago Solari de nibi. Alonso no is Spanish. Alonso no or Spanish. Real Madrid team na Spanish team. Omuni mpefe say reason why Alonso answer CD or Real Madrid. Because one Vinny Junior and Jude Bellingham. Omo anya o madwene say ombeba for Mama Alonso. Real Madrid supporters no sometimes they envy Barcelona. And yet because of Abia Barcelona success, Reba success they say Real Madrid Barcelona so bebre. But they ba ko mo pepa ne say reason we be to say Zidane. The yes we do Real Madrid nyina no. One fans so many no problem with Zidane ne say sometimes obu person obi oyo ma they should stand at the touchline and win trophies for them. No more cast or magic cup near Busa coach Bea. Almost see dear or a Real Madrid legend. They say the Barcelona fosi Huahua, Pep Guardiola. They say the Barcelona fosi Luis Enrique. Real Madrid supporters in Super So Mohobi. Espanian, a former Real Madrid great on the touchline. Bona Barcelona for Bono. Real Madrid supporters in Ka Emma Bontimo Binte. But omubenya kasano mutim bobo. Nanke the Abeka trophies, nanke si. It is the appointment of Alonso as Real Madrid coach. Near your time at Real Madrid for whom say, finally, yenya ya idea. Yenya coacher, aside the best of me about beautiful football. It will be obey your see a queen mubiano, you know, benya problem. And I will see Saturday. So to a bet was so sad till the season ends. The only safe route for Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Junior. And yes, on Belgium Champions League and on Belgium La Liga. At a point of Mabembebu, and they have to leave. That is Real Madrid. We are here any one match the other day so the Belgium Jubi, but Ubia so the no Quebec say. Manchester United in the last 2-3 seasons, the best game on Mabo was on Saturday against Manchester City. Because when any gamer see a point you crown Manchester United share City 5-6 and can you be on. Sometimes you need to do the simple things. No quiet no match chin. And no can be na Morino feeling. Makawaha on so many times say, won't me more a man as your right wing back. How? Bruno Fernandes, won't me more Bruno Fernandes as a central midfielder. Emfa. Baby Bruno Fernandes said, no one has and the position na go be for. It is sometimes yet the simple things. Bruno Fernandes or your attacking midfielder for no Ahmad or a left-footed player or operative from the right side. Faneboho, our attack. Kobe Menu or a number 8, a Fanebo number 8. Casemiro says a Fanebo says, look show and the right left back, a Fanebo left back. Diego Dalot, a right back, a Faneboho. The moment Tabaye Wadjesa would say, Kanyoma, whereby materials name fit into your system, no, it becomes a problem. It's the character here, no. It's not like or the magic be become Manchester United team no, but we are the simple things which Amorim was failing to do. I know that the Manchester United victory over Manchester City in the and he did one thing. Say Manchester City Bobo now Rodri Jinama, you have only one job to do. Find a way to stop Rodri, or stop Manchester City. And oh yeah, and we win the game no. Nti Oman no more can say Amorim kono. And a Manchester na one. What the chairman Mourinho pa Manchester United game ben on my body said the unborn Saturday. Okay. It was a big problem to club friends of Manchester United. Syria no muso ay tight kakra me si ho. Na tight Syria na ye ne say ye co stage clubs no mo bo European competition, especially the Champions League no. Afi no mo ba be kire. So almost stand a chance of competing in the Champions League and at the same time winning their league trophies. It would be Italy. Club Ebebo Nidin, a club of friends Inter Milan. Inter, our mochi, AC Milan. Inter story this season, any Inter story last season. And Susuyenim say last season, Inter Milan were the favorite to win the Italian Serie A. And a Napoli, a coach winning Serie A in Antonio Conte. And Odio Mochi. You drew stage no because of Inter and you share at 1 million. Omadi bombs na Napoli asamo. This season, and Sunsunyam. Say no, I watch a Milan game, and after the game, how Milan players were celebrating. You might think, Adana Milan, I shall let you know Mojo Monisa. And you be Upe teams or ma punish Milan this season pa teams no more that one. Cremonese no abesha Milan 2-1. Pisa no ne Milan abebo draw. Genoa no ne Milan abebo draw. And those teams Fiorentina are on performing well this season. Now ne Milan abebo draw. And those teams by calculation I take it almost 10 points from Milan. These are games on a normal day you say Milan be winning. It's playing against our teams now. They have a similar style because those smaller teams, no, they sit back, try them out by attack home, normal hit two on the breaks. So as soon as Allegri so on the ball, Allegri ball and say, "Metinechri, o de oba, na meje ball ni funsa, na me di America, na me suma kwa show." Into share teams on mobile sana, na Allegri bre. And about top teams in the draw table, they are Camelan better top. It's winning against a team to sell Lecce. Or boy in a similar star. Those teams are punishing Milan this season. No? Psychologically, it's like where you be a fruit team. Eti, na me ya adoma ochina. After the season, Baba starting in Italy. Inter Milan will be playing against Arsenal in the Champions League. You a bet to us what till me. Having the depth and the mentality to compete, because Inter has been the last 3-4 seasons. They have been among the best 3 performing teams in Europe. It's winning the league and also competing for Champions League. Oko final and now Oko Geno. Even under Simeone Inzaghi, it be a difficult job for them. Until under Christian Kivu, everything shows clearly. So we are into another season now. Allegri is not different from Conte when it comes to Serie A experience. We are into a season. I'm so too. Why Inter better lose Serie A title because of their commitment to European football.
Okay, Tino.
Okay, EBA phones and accessories. I'll pay Mame and come from Obi Biara or pay iPhone at your cra. And you who says you no. But Madame never can crack to ya for Ghana card na fabra. Ya the phone at the amount for Trimupa. Fabra na uni and some more coin fan to one pamano. Or shares ideas and one head a chile and any mudebiano. Quan walk on him. Also, main cow say iPhone SR na Uhiano. One Madame. For Ghana card, cra 800 Ghana card home pre what the phone of the amount and then could you Superman plan no by ye. Ebia Odi and Kakana canon. 1 to 2 now trip and also Bosumi. So now go to a use of phone one here iPhone 13 no with your Ghana card, ya for 1800 Ghana, Efaka home, and then a census in the amount, the canon, a year now trip and also Bosumi near Titina Fee, Ninan Akobano. As some day is you a doom. I do building one in Mikado Plaza no and a share in Moncran for. Moshe live on Oyerepa TV. A circle inside American Mall. Circle Honano, your Block A Shop 21 and a circle TikTok lane adjacent modern photos. Number near 0200 689 170. 0200-689-175. Kai say we really say we are now we draw upon their home and winti and a power specialist Herbal Hospital. And what they know or Henry Akoso do ya editu ya diasono anu odin enye wanwasa power and a dinosaur 2 micron and obo modern edianya han honye tabrani nro okura no nyebete wo si hepatitis no wo tu ase a no wo tu ase won so no fatty liver prostate no ha adwene ulcer fibro kidney stone ya the SK no ediaba mo mpese mo liver no de bia gina yie no wadure ba ko pe liver care be ma bia de wadure ba ko jirikajiri Herbal Mixture and capsules ema enka ho aboa ema utimi di mensa papa bi ewo empem akra kwa benyanie ACP road power bar stop wa mo kuma se ne fiyase bosomtu road ado ya na junction so na atakwade de woni ahantama bank no enepen 0244 544 422 0200 383831 uwie ne sa na wo dwene wo se no ho de bia wona mu a wo sigusu yi nya de efe eno no de bia so wontumi emmie wa no enkasa nipa ho ha dwene ye pa disconjo sam ni nyina ne se unyusu apose papa ka chako two pace ye na nanom boa ye mbra ne ye maye bori tere bidie obro na ye buhumumu wuri twusi a wo se pa wo se na menhwe wo se afita na ni gya be fie ho ene adaje ni ho eno nti ena samaro akofa ka chako two pace se emehye sa de na nem ye ye pa ye sifita no na ye protect gam no so de be akaka bia emfa me yeyen uwi ayade bi ni di na de nanso enye ehu papa halitosis ukasa go bi so a na okonachi mu amu yusu kan no saa de no ebi eni hobiem musura eninti onimro ankra no eni kan mamadi na wuram e wo more provision shop shelf shop e man mpo ye maso me no a e no ton a e ton ntem so e de ma wo mo 0246 864 798 0501 454 462 uwie pa wonu mbeto so ene nti kai se wo kopedua ne pa adi e wo uptown foods wo hwe dan no na hwe ho ade a wa hwe abebu ho abam se dabi e da we de menwura mu na mempie no de se be se 5000 dabi e ya fianza no manum wo so betuma kotra e kon bon papa aduane no so de ni nyina no ene se mamadem ye de cocktail mocktail e de abeka ho first no na chese e continental kwa na de wo pa wache fufuo banku a ni nyina no wo benya bi adi ya tete so promotion no a ene gusu eye mamadem no bowura Kumasi Ridge Shell filling station hono no asɛmde ya na etwagu ho abrepofo no mudu JP filling station ho a ka na ukro unam ho bowura ho na kodi aduane pa ahensan so Elton Road no so a akrofon de Benska FM Ademra Petroleum filling station tana so Patapa Junction mo na gano mo dram ko Furukum police station ho Kenya say ya Ben Garden City University who place order ebra ye aba 0596 922 066 no nya Uptown Foods aduane pa etumi edi aduro no police ni ena ye ya to no din sharp imbus aduro no ye adwuma se de ni din esitie hyehyehye na twese aye ho adwuma awie diabetic 4N no ulcer cancer hypertension UTI candidiasis body pain menstrual problem wonu mu ntoso a enye ntwabie ebe mu wonu mu atuma toso na wudidi a ahyehye kama covid ba ye nyamfaso wo so covid kwa doctors na me hu se de bia no protective system no ebra wo boost no kakra wo musto no na no gofe ya de bia ya de bia atwamu a na obeka ni nua ene mo 0246 20 84 96 ebra wo kope bi etimi ato ma me enka wo se franco de wo to ne nyema ye fra ne se ewu ajama ebeche ede ama he ebra bi atwam kra wo ni ho na nso nyema ne papa nti no na wo ma beto so eyusu o smart TV 32 to 100 inch so washing machine microwave blenders generator gas and electric stove ni nyina bi wo ho CCTV camera ne function e monitor video anytime anywhere we nyina no with the phones aka ho Nokia Samsung iPhones momade na ko ho na accessories enyema pa nyina no ne bo eda form Muhammadu Ajaba Jewel Challenge Bishop Edum Old Melcon Kofo Clinic New Kajetia ho nyina no assemdei e na etwaguo momade na fresh 0245 316969 0501 538605 no so etumi abo boss player Madaruma FNC
very much Tino me that bafo enkoy
no that I mean that's it. People don't see the amount of work I put into my work. We prepare, we work, we sacrifice, but referees makes our job difficult. Kyoba Aristika vent out his anger as he is charged by the FA, but Adriana says they will not respond.
I don't like talking from the referee. If he's talking the referee, the federation will ban you and stop here. But me, I coming here in the Ghana from working very hard, from coming in the game, from play good football. And who is the best, the better inside in the pitch, let win the game. But some decide today one offside. I have the penalty clear. Let's see if it's penalty, it's okay. I have me. If it's not penalty, me is the problem, and the ban for me is not problem. And I go home about. I try here really. I coming here in Ghana from my heart. I working every week hard, and you see like this situation. Where is my motivation? Seriously, where is my motivation? I am apologize from the supporter about me. I am nervous, but it's not me. It's my heart from my job. I am apologize from the federation. Sometimes the coach is crazy about it. The result. He take me the red card. It's not problem. I am ready every time. Take my bag and I go home.
The red card. Now I say. Or patcho now sometimes no referees nima coaches me crazy ye na dia o fa ne baga to na okodi crew bon yanko techiman ampindako finally hooliganism enter into women football as ampindako supporters attack Savannah FC players, beat them when Savannah were leading 2-1. The referee added
5 minutes, but eventually played 16 minutes. And Pimdakwa won 3-2. Tama, na enienya ewo techimai. Na emano emienu edi agro. Na Savannah di kan akoto atena. Na Pimdakwa atena Savannah asanhye. And Pimdakwa ejita for so monti ase mutisi agopama so. And Savannah player na da ho a or tetia no sankada nanka audio nka uti bia. That means no obo na pa. Referee dey 5 minutes na to so. Owie almost 16 minutes. Emu na apenda kwa beti e di share 3-2 a ondi wi enti mongalism ne die enya de a e be free game na bon say why vision you know phone va video no ready ayenko Vision FC stage ye mobiem after Maswa Hansen refused to accept a clear goal, but the match commissioner steps in even with a phone VAR, and the FA charged Vision FC for their technical team and supporters entering the pitch. Time and patrol ball ni na echo ball on say by being a CH hono and the people referee results play on and na Vision for see there omo nti ase nti omo ti si park ne so e ma omo de phone echo kire referee no say on the say onhuni ya omo ma ne va na o de age ma omo de nyina so koye eventually match commissioner no and na ko ka kire referee say e go nti wonye and na fi oje ya e ma match ne to aso ewie no media match 2-1 na Vision for ne say referee no say oji free kick ewo around penalty box na chini die je say eye ya no waje emu na media e ma omo de e share sa omo 2 goals no Kotoko supporters demand from Alex Cote, a referee's manager, to state his position and explain why the Samba or nail goal should not stand. Tama, 11 Abu press conference on the Judicial Omofias Yanesa. Kotoko supporters say referee Alex Cote on shady in Tiasago ya that the TV suite. Any go, or no Nasa Kotoko Bobo na Sibia, say decision di Bahwan. Now aba na odi chichiri mu ba na no e wo baabi ani aka krabi ne yapon na kotokonya akono boy Samba e bi bepim tu mu baabi ani Gold Stars goalkeeper na push on one player akompe from referee say one go because keeper na shoot on one player enti tama we mu ne na wo twa we
okay
esisi ya bo abo no kakra de ba ya ka no nchire mu ni nyina no e wo eye chichiri mu ni mu
Captain.
So, Mr. Toyan, without one question, say, the Bena referees they say we are from all these things. The league now started picking up, kakra, but the officiating will continue to create problems. And then, I say we see it. Yes, Kotoko was a perfect goal against Asante Kotoko. For Kotoko, I think we say baby any Gold Stars, but for referees, and they coach hard work. Oh yeah. I remember Kotoko supporters, they are on the coach's neck. Abo against Babiani Bekum Chelsea. Abo do Kumase as only points my. He prepares a team or call for a match. Beautiful game, a beautiful goal was called. Referee and you go. Now supporter you be really season is a coach and coach league. Supporter because it's a coach and meanwhile no referee say a referee na cost so they don't to some extent. You will game no so what is your charges and Kotoko. You charge you two coaches, Coach Karim Zito and an assistant coach. I had there because of an MSC as all your coach not touchline said the Choba Aristoka Ekanya. That's the one a very nice goal like this. While working out your goal like that, the referee ASA overreacting. But I think the FA no interest no more no was say yeah find the coaches. Yeah, charge you on na GBB than say you be see to it say officiating no you improving no. We cannot continue to see these things. So to the FA must work on it. Everybody they should bear with the managers kakra. Emotions obi to sometimes obi overreact kakra. Look at this. Team prepares, a coach prepare, coach and supporters are on his neck. Coach, wait till my coach lose no juma. But yet we are not telling coach referees we are kind of freezy woman. Ube one some referees they freeze 1-2 games, you see them around. No matter back. So the FNU must also look at that point now. I think it's me sorry to Asante Kotoko supporters. Though Ebiasi Pen. Me Kaipa Asante Kotoko I Heart of Lion Okumasi. They also scored a clean goal. Referee game not so win game no. But me need that equalization. I'm not doing the equalization. Oh, it not bad. I said referees no making sure say I'm not just to some better human there. Some will go into a game. Mizoto sub scoreline and show bottom. Some match where empire on them corner home tire. They should desist from that. Not teams must win on merit. By virtue of hard work, you know. And I say reward by hard work because Gold Stars actually say your team and no matter what they won't team Kotoko. The last time they beat Kotoko was in the top 4. But in the league, Kotoko go there, Kotoko to far win. Even in the time of Gold Stars ever form. Because going to this game, let me feel say Gold Stars because ahead of that I'm still coach, you know, they've prepared and on form no. Because if it's anything to go by, now say my country was under Kotoko, but yet Kotoko prove it say when they go to Babiania, they know how to play over there. And at the end of the win, and they reflect checkpoints. You will ask from. But the information I'm getting is a new coach to move and see no how to charge no to be going forward. You better say Kotoko very reactive to that because Uto was not in the scene, so he was not the one or my charging on. Matthew Kotoko no to know actually come on or show that mom say he was not part of it. So they need to go back and look at the clip no hear Bakroyi no more charging no. Because truly I say take it media serious. Now it looks like them to almost 50 away. Your bar second run, your maybe no 2 matches in Kotoko yet to win. Has to focus win 1. Adriana also struggle last Friday. The chief executive of Adriana Betrana okay, a whole lot of good things. She can say how they are recruitment, your players, how your team. No, but it looks like say Mediema is over there. Mekai, Michelle coach Ibrahim Tanko, just after my returning from Cote d'Ivoire. And I all catch them and say the team that are no more sign Salim Adams. That former out of me for that. And I just when you supply and become one, the team no will be cemented. The team can compete for the league title. And I think that it's not far from that, baby. Or no, me, say if say the LC boys and your boss second run, you go away, no one points, and our point now they are back. Now we show home. For league, you know, 2 folds. Your boss say over first one, the second one, how quite possible. Because second one, the only team be bar, who had the opportunity to play that team again. It is a Unyan side, so I account for them. And I think that you commend me, dear, how coach Tanko or any team no. So Gada is going there. Now I got 2 games into the second run. So the second round left with about 15 matches or so. Over to my say no calculating here. 7 points our deal leading on. And it's very difficult for any team so to my catching. Very, very difficult. So to my catching. So I commend them and I catch us continue the good thing that you're doing. So betting your commenting I don't know. So Kotanko actually or also level, maybe on also watch as giving the opportunity, no, he can do well. My dear man, no Ghana League, you know, table not winning the league table, no, you do a beer under out of former coaching. I would as on by BBC into me league, you know, it should be a bar and Sunday banana. So I think that this time around, things that is all well and good for them. How Musibon, but to my team for this weekend, I Samates for beating Karela or Tamalehono. Coming the last time Karela, we beat my boy, or lose one home. They've been very formidable this particular season. As of Kono, according to the team, be acquired on the home will make sure of budget points. No, so for Samatas at this crucial time, make us a team for the week because it's a second round. Second round, teams in your mindset, and for them to have beaten them over there, no, should I say, not Samatas, also almost ever. Some to look at the league log, no, no, take it up, but your brother, some of board, when you're careful, still, one of the relegations, one of that's slow. What I said, last but 2 was the last but 3. 18 teams never, so I think 16 positions one at that. And playing at home, not or draw that points no. So to graduate, but I need a pion show. I say, oh my cassette, I'm just do stuff for air cassette. they are not going to sack him. Say, or no, the pastor called they are, but or they are in support of him. But twice next day, home match now say, oh, my points be corner shower. It becomes difficult. So I also on for the two years. He's a big coach that I know say he can do the job. But you know, Mr. We are enjoying the league.
Thank you.
Good.
Obed.
Over the weekend, coaches started reacting to the decisions from the referees. Na Abrankese Chuba no hiti pa. Needed to be at a point as a police in the crabem. Now omujina name with the match official. To me say mono de no apala because he felt that defeat was not right. And no 2 call so the call post match was na kwa keka na adwen e de kire referee. Any referee near them. So on the post match, I was expecting say if for be punishment. Apart from say cameras capture on post match and ankasa so no apala. Then Tema Vision FC ni mediama. Hosun say be breji see the phone bem as usual. Maso Hansen in the middle of all the issues. Just say to me so the penny original pictures no jans on said them who there na why confused. A bread phone ne bre na ye bisa na no asem. Nyame ne bem si anti assemble ne wo ho. Then baby any a similar incident happened. And a mal football no so to another incident as ankosia. Ye got to the extent say a fan ye panity e won komono. Now the last year na me can say I fear e be wura mi why am beka say em fan sempen wura. Ye den sempa na be wura but ye do the second round of all the major competitions. And it do second round now. When a man for started the pen ne paper. At 2 matches on your calculation per who say we need to win at all cost. We need to draw at all cost. On the bemu pa. Until do sana a man for the contour say fast winning matches. It's a way of federation and not parting we are draw other than a brownie bem. Tell last year early February na polling incident because see one so atre. Sana it why abeka se debian ye sha finance and fans and punish as a debi the second round. So the question you always ask is omo di game na nim no e ya nhye be no di gu akwan mu send ye be ya second round bi ye wura mu a na league ni be wie ya ye the bad news ni wie league no. That has been the pattern. Now I shall see free baby any. You really want to know what referee Julian Nunu was deciding then and now ordering then and now Oshe. Born in my video ni be Mr. Too. There you have Inusa Adams in front of Babiani Gold Stars keeper friend Emmanuel Kobe. Then the goalkeeper pushes his player because now Oye in between a player of Gold Stars and Kotokon to pure Mumi. So if there was an excessive push, if Babiani Gold Stars keeper no, because now send your Medina and it was going to prevent his movement. Say oh yes or bear or bar or Medina and him or be pen and no any player so pion no any player. Now opion no any player and no quotation. Watch the video clearly. And the referee was closer to the scene. Movement ni. So why would at this point and the amount common here the movement of Samba was not in the area of chaos. The chaotic scene na Samba niho. He moved from a distance on the Ebano and obe pinball to into Samba there you can clearly see he committed no offense. Into se o share baby a keep ani dano. Any baby enu se jinana ube hu se enu sani momu jina mi ghost stars ni play anenim. Enti ena no twen ne man ne be fine ho be to fom. Ensa wo take decision we na se nyame amfa fie. Na se apre bi besi intokwa bi besi a then who is to be blamed? And this is a FIFA referee. Referee FIFA who dey say the fairness e be na adwuma. Enti e be say referees no. Say eduru say ani braba. Monfa prepare your nyom adwuma. Na twitwa nsɛm bi so na ama otan ne ntokwa ne bibia amba ebe wakofa hawaba toto on the day apart from the referee stealing the show there were 2 players Bakwe Prince Bedu of Asante Kotoko because of the injury of Hilary Adabontino Bedu started in the first game Now I can't say IMC nim kono boko or transfer window. And so far, so cha afresen de na inkusu wum kakra. Na players ni bi wo mu a anyam wa see we season na less than 6 months IMC na etwa contract. But this year you can see that clearly omesunya there from last year. This year Kotoko 3 signings officially they some dey about bonten no. Albert Amwa on here any introduction. Then you have Dogo Yakubu. Now Dogo starting the first game, Prince Bedusu started. And as some attack for second round here say, Kofa players are how team no. Omodi anu duro besim. And you be oba betena bench abeka numbers na bench no. So when you sign players, they should be ready to fill every issues you are having. Adabo gets injured, Bedu steps in. What a delightful game he had. The Kotko midfield, it was a bit fragile. It was more gentle. And he introduced some form of energy which was needed. His tackling, his interceptions, his rounds, how he was shielding the defense, for a new player on the team in your training, baby, say, Omunya about scouting who will be a buyer would initiate my own issue. Then Dogo Yakubu from Division 2. Now people had questions. Say Kotoko Elusu Albert now Okofo Biaba. Okofa play free Division 2 Baba Mr. 2 Oma Ubia or Shane that day in a different impression. The energy, the rounds, the footworks. First game dear by a first game you to Koyani Donzu Diani Biank Mabe Kanwaya. To Anyan Donzu Diani. To and not to say boy no now bobo news nese no Serbia and no buy until when you be abeka so rusty because we shall who they know they bobo now to say he's been playing and he's active. So far so good for these two players. Inti Rebecca say general no Kotoko ye ne signings ni na yebebo coach na baso na coach Prince Owusu no kure nyame anim say de okoye ne mfa so obi ani so si upon born ne actions no the call referee no so no needless say if one fine na Kotoko team free na ketwe we nya Kotoko na ebetue bibia we die no to ne mfa so obi ani so. We understand that it was in the heat of the moment. Na if one a prosecutor no I am tie dem call for can na say ball na nka so mohwe bi that me ba wa asem no so na two coaches from Kotoko na approach referee prosecutor ball wan hwe bi and when tie report on the ground because any match commissioner that would include coach Karim Zito in any punishment form is completely incompetent. Because Zito was away from the issue and Zito called post-match in Pony. Yebisa no so penalty when who ni ye into ntimi comment. Go yes, sorry, go no. I referee to offside. When who ni ye into ntimi comment. Into checking the comment from Zito. And his reaction. I'm surprised somebody ni di ba besim when it was rather Juba. But yan kan chere mpanimfo mienu say edu ba bi omunya abotre. Lutu 5,000 is kaketwa 10,000 is kaketwa be is kapa. Si e jefru hu atum sa ade akon. Tinam si we de makotoko fo mo antua. On say omo ye na utua mo player ye na utua mo no mutirimu ye omo de. Omo ama ni pentia na kotoko no so take actions against the referee.
Okay.
Let's tell the FA say Sadia na oya also to protect the integrity of the referees intino. Openly, all my man who say a punish referees no. Something need to be done about it. Either say behind the scenes so be catch collapse no. For them to see that justice has been served. So that the public will have trust in the system. As a referee do BBA, yes yo yempese begu na nimase. Yempese begu na nimase. CAF tournament here boy referees of more man so any. Ya mama Kofi Amawiase nyine hu. So ada na ba Ghana yempese begu oba nimase. Ni asoso omuso say ya, omkoduru afcon soro ha. No makototo apa so. Koduru afcon na unnecessary fouls, unnecessary corner kicks no makwa akojije. Yes so omuso wa he anom de call. So do not know. And then mental score thing. And I agree with Kotoko for no. The man should be talking. But send you the chance you don't find education in here pa. But one yana sa now ya mama for to say a chako ni fadia on kawasem. That is something we must welcome. Okay. Now if for some brief security. Okay. Threat na started, but it is obvious. The security threats have started popping up. So they should beef up security for the remaining matches. Yɛn pɛ sɛ yɛbɛte na Napoli incident ni bi mu sɛ yɛsi Mr. Otuo.
All right, Zach. Now,
the I think say pitches now. Also, tough pitches now. They should put professionalism and use the adequate equipment, materials I use to and find AstroTurfs now. Tema incident no. Say born a yiba. Obo say Astro pitch no no goal post no. Omo ya born post wa mame na goal post no post mame na enye ni manunko ha. Say that dey see chire no. So omo ya no as a community no ma fa normal. The daddy no is not supposed to be there. Eti ball no this ball eko ball that dey play by. So the speed at which the ball came out, why you careful obi on why the ball say ball pon na see they see any mum the ball in the buy. So that be listen Bowie yempa one pa wo video mpo no. But anka see maybe na awuso. Look at the shot. The ball didn't touch anywhere of the net, and the net now so. E go pon the ball won't. Eti yempa ihe TV mpo no slow motion no and am a clear now. But you see the normal pole no se bon eyi kotokoni bebe no go sasa but for am quick na your comparison with the goal post no. What they do is that pole na bon post mame pole na manu ko chere yi NBA. Yes, so this is the net pole na esi echi no as bet me aso net ni no yem mane nka net no. There's a loose so you can. Yes, send me ya ball no kwato net ni mu a net ni be che no enti ko ka sa pole no a eji onum no. But community pitches na say aso te from here na dey o ma te chia bo sa edua na esi onum no nti ball na pia ba. Eti based on what I heard they didn't use any VR in them. Any VR no use here. The guy vision guy no say I said they were protesting. It all no be say say this is how the go near go. Then must ask him to go. He turned and he's going. They were protesting. Also the John protested say go. So what happened was that the center referee and the lines in any match commissioner no. Eko jina nche no say omu take this omu buso omu say what did they see? Then the match commissioner and one of the lines so he send the ball no travel here no. He suspects the ball near go. Even though almost Marcel Hansen still insists on the way, but he is going to take a risk. It as a tampa no OG go no. Not on there like he is not sure because he's not seen the incident. He saw us upon the ball pole the pay by Abon and connect him. He took a risk and OG go no. It's later on a video by and vindicating said but the ball entered the net a goer at least Alpha Simbiamba. But things said AstroTurf pitch no more no. And look I say net no and then sa pole no boom sa. But look at this incident. Net now also. On because ball no be the opportunity. At this stage, he can't be in front of the player who is kicking the ball.
How far he is from the incident also affects your ability to see it.
No, who say born post mame.
Question Zach me busan from baby any to Tema. Where were the assistant referees? Because ball shot. There is certain act or action that should come from the assistant referee. To say baby any day. Assistant referee no way they know who he. Because based on baby and he's supposed to see clearer than the center referee. The same thing we. No or yet then ya no more him.
Based on this video, the linesman would be a better corner line because the last video man so maybe I would know.
No, because go and say oh my baby.
And so
we were
based on what I'm told, they say one move and my answer answer because he also didn't move Okay. Say he didn't see the goal. Okay. Also, yes. It's match commissioner and one of the lines, and I'm the fourth or so. No, mini meeting. No, and I say the way they saw the ball have on the day. I'm saying, go now. A way change the peer by. So the center referee said no. If mude muti there, even though me but our what the go. It's in Keba and can you go and case in trouble.
But bounces are concerned defender Baku Echiro. So the line should have been within the frame.
No, who's a
defender Baku, medium defender Baku. Think I will pass it, crank who offside.
No, who's Obed. Made the way the ball hit Sapo. No. Okay, when you are running, lines no, line. So on par he'll be running, he'll be walking.
Sure. Still now line and by with the last defender.
I say, baby, I born a boy. When you are walking and running, and what I know the bed in say the line will be watching the medium players, not the post.
Matthias, we can't care
about pass for him to see because. Baby, I was Biano, he'll be watching the medium last player. Say, I off.
Only eye test. It was the referee assuming only eye test.
They saw they thought based on fire and then bow with force. No, a ball, man, you say, Bofen saying first pool. And UTTV no here. And the normal football net, and you see in a tier, post, you see in a tier. The reason why to any referee will have that again say the normal football post, no, and to say football post, Papa Biano, walk up to net anymore.
And the one and I
offer a map vision the share to Sagu, and
a wine.
How much is I would see one. There be vision the share first go. First goal ni.
Eventually obeji.
Oje. And later on.
But them say the issue is that Okoye replaying on the G.
No, but according to India, they replaying on here. They came to protest with almost video, almost the
video.
No, so they came to protest. But no share.
Normally already.
The referees and the match commissioner and they could decide. They
don't
the match commissioner and one of the referees told the center man say they saw the ball entering the net.
To one video.
He told them say he is taking their word. And or risking because goal no.
And one as match commissioner and the say go.
Yeah, one of the referees, assistant referees no. So mu say boni I pretend I mean to be one of the you know. Say ball no go. And I okwo senior.
Yes, so that's what kind of long ago.
Nah, and you also want to born what TV no. And you see
why can't what TV when is the fourth time? Be careful. Go your TV home back can be there.
Or the business say when you have the last
draw attention.
When you have the last
so there's a TV home.
Or the so
try the TV are taking
the TV there and one the say when you are watching a ball traveling with slow motion.
Okay.
Different from when you are seeing it in real motion. So it's way I think what I like about this that they took the good decision.
Okay.
After how many minutes delay?
Now Afcon final born in for 50 minutes. I'm so Afcon final.
That will be a flaw.
Afcon final Afcon Premier League then Premier League then winning.
The Afcon see punish coach no. So delaying is not right.
Punish because he told them to go out.
No, it's a must answer.
When he didn't tell anybody to go out. Did they say home team in the back omuna to ball. Same way Mbesebeka.
So now
the home team
Mediama for no complaining.
There be nobody's complaining.
No, they won the game.
Nobody's complaining because the boys are good. You can't complain.
I say the issue is that decision delay.
Yeah, that was what they are saying. Who said
but then go for so go heavy view.
Oh, Ghana the back no. Who share born from bra. Who so Ojan baby. And if we see the phone in their protest Eddie and then back share on share.
But I don't know the design.
Debbie. It's only like say who the Ghana
or hey.
Who the Yiba and born.
No that mean Buzada.
What's Ghana making all this?
Black, madam for FIFA, or hey.
I'm not sure say on the education.
No, me ma.
Because I'm told say
Akwande be chere no way.
No, he sacked him. Yeah. Okay, I don't on any point where. Yeah. Masha Hansen was on watching. Yeah.
But the other one
there be. So no, he was forcing to show it to him. He was forcing to show it to him. Obi any case. No for success now. Was it. I think say me what I like is that
Viva already and now one.
Akwano na
put that ojina ho no on.
That's all shade mu. I'm going to share. House ni. Shade. He wasn't watching.
No, hey.
So Akwano, I'm going to so uti. Yeah. Me be twa musisi ya. Me dey be kire wo no. Where were you interested in it? Me dey force kire wo. Let's do
that. I'm force you no way.
Oh shit, na nani mu. No.
Senior.
Mutazo. Kakere wo dey. O mo mo ana jimi tami nya mo. Anti o mu ntimi complain. Mutazo.
Executioner.
I'm telling the because I vision for nana I catch me say but sometimes I never say the vision for na catch me say the referees want to do the decision with match commissioner
with the match commissioner.
I said boy I can't. They say they don't have the facts.
The match commissioner had watched the video.
Yeah. And then
referee the one way.
Match commissioner.
Just upon the referee said that is the one.
So those Sanu Nazaki.
Ana make anyone say
referee no go take decision.
There be but the referee but in football. In football.
Hansen was firm.
In football.
Hansen was very firm.
Referee Hansen was not bound by what the match commissioner was telling him.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
So he was convinced.
Anamekan was very fair.
By the video he saw.
What would you say? Match commissioner a video. And on impress on the referee to take a decision. And the match commissioner convinced no take it there. Neither now as I say video no way in a console now. Which one convinced
him? Nimi anu nyina aka ho. Na on person or video no kwa be take decision no. Enti match commissioner be kaka ho na for who says
why. That's all you there. That took a very good decision.
Obi aka say oye wrong.
Okay.
First and foremost, maybe na Hansen gina no. Said na o person o jigo a e boy say who say go a as wo ji ansa na be ka chen say wo nye kra.
You don't be no
gina.
Why na wo chiro. Ma boy ni video nembra. Baby o gina yi. Baby o gina and how but me time na wo be monti wo say onya botre. Baby o gina ball person. One person na wa hase ya. E che say Hansen was behind all of them.
Na don unga senya na.
Behind all of them.
Kaus abem.
Eti
I don't say.
Me say some you know eye test no. I know it's very important. We have a big test case.
You should not throw that out to. Maybe I would not be here.
And Hansen.
Ojain.
Who's a camera capture? But
so you can say that probably wasn't closer to the scene. Now be a woman baby ojina the recommended eye test man say.
Suddenly make a long shortedness.
You don't know where the man is.
He was in a very good. He was in a very good position.
Baby ojina there.
Let's say this question say Hansen was in a very good position. But born time I want that place na Newcastle obo kick ball higher born coach ma na msoto yenye sasa we ko higher person was say ha msoto but here when he was kicking the ball what it means is say Hansen cannot be in front of the player based on the rules he'll be yards behind the kicker and he is following them and he, in terms of positioning here
okay who was standing
and yeah and he said also a good sport so and he Hansen there
that's a high test on the master assistant
the positioning and so it I think them to manka ini
kaka krebi na cinema
I consistent 3 years in me
yes
meka kumati osisi kotokoyo ro papa match o say opomacho last season sa ko she goals na goals for no penega jinti akwano chinchina omokoto she goal stars and a few years ago so it's 3 years in a row kotoko bia na referee enya de papa I think say at this stage GF for no so careful kwaya match officials near the games okuma say no referees cannot be richer than the players and in Bobo no
richer saying
say that is what they do.
They are rich.
So some of the things they do some of the things that they flag and whistle for no,
it makes them rich.
Deliberate.
Now my rich.
Until deliberate and exchange of richness in the pocket.
Only evidence.
Oh.
Say on the buy ya church hands and say me. Na so bi so ko cancer. So on your face.
What I'm saying
na FIFA omumano vision tema based.
Tema phone issues. Once someone tells
versus a team from the western region na the hands and jim.
Tema phone issue pa once someone tells.
That's a favor. Favor them.
Surprisingly, though tema club tema referee but almost say they don't accept it.
Senior.
Director.
No one got press conference maybe.
I was someone maybe can.
Okay.
I want from them.
Okay.
Ama Efino or Moaye.
Okay.
Yes, say Emfatu Munti and a Sabi, a what's a wide Jidin but a time when I know to check. Yanshia and you may be best gun ha. A betay near Chamunu. Sabia son Sabia Bru. Will be our own kind rat. And in the be a chamu never be a sea, Sabi. Now, any po. Self a floy, a sorry, no more so, proye, any kind so. That's a referee. Somebody look what them could there. Next time, charge you know, and now more, Mumuya Nido, about the next week matches, no Jim. Obe say next week match ya boy na referee no gina baby no sa eye na sabi o enye baby na sabi enyansafo nyina wo ene duru baby kura na sabi son sabi eburu abufuo em obi ye ne enye menka so obi nkɔhwi no na dako obi bɛkɔ ma na ye afefue na asoso sa ne ma no so ɛhɔ no na ɛsɛ ye kye. If Ababa could send Yana Miniakin, Kotoko apart from champions of champions, Kobo and Bediania, and Yena and Nina, Yena fair officiating. Apart from that, 3 consecutive times to me. Yakuba Bia, Yeshua near disallow, Yeshua near disallow. Yabatrania Casamu and Yabacate, Chesania Papa, never every way. I am Yasa Kokano Biniska. Me Oscar. Come on, me I had one you man dad. Men I say anything. Obedience of we have been by and canasem. And can everywhere, mammy I had one you man. Ade uncle will be the who's the say? On him sir, football so many people.
Bibia ko referee na ombeka say. We have more be you one.
Bọ́lá wú yẹ ọmọ ayẹ dẹ. Wọ́n ní oyé nípa. Enti yẹn káí ẹ̀yí.
Wọ́n adúlẹ̀ sísú sẹ́, bìbí ayẹ rẹ́fìnì ebi tí ma busa wọn sẹ́mu.
Sẹ́tẹ̀.
Sọ́ọ̀sì wò sika ká bẹ́yẹ nù wọ́n adwuma.
Na tẹ́mi ní sika tó.
Sọ́ọ̀sì wò tìrì mu. Sika de obi adwuma nkyerẹ́ tí wọ́n obi ẹ̀ náà wọ́n ni.
Ẹnka mi wọ sika tẹ́mi ní sika.
Ká bẹ́ẹ̀ ndẹ̀.
Mi wọ sika. Kọ́ ọ fi bẹ̀bí ẹni wọ́n máa ń kàn. Mínísítà ẹnti wọ́n sọ ọkọ̀ ń kàn.
Ndi ká bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀.
Mẹ́yẹ dẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀. Mẹ́yẹ ayé ni àmẹ́yẹ. Mẹ́yẹ dẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀ wọ́n fi. Mi kọ́ ọkọ̀ di match náà di sàlẹ̀ àbọ̀ wẹ̀ na ẹsẹ̀ sẹ̀ ní òbó tó mú àṣàbíà mí ni a kàn yẹ yíyà. Ẹ̀díẹ̀ paa na kyerẹ́ sẹ̀ sẹ́bi. Àbọ̀ àkyerẹ́ kò di ni mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àmà àbọ̀ ẹ̀yìn kò wú.
Ọ̀sọ̀ di ẹ̀fẹ̀ abẹ́kọ̀ àpè yìí wọ̀n.
Efi na me wo frɛ me ame heavy for no me ne wo mu twaka be
ahwa no mfrɛ no kɔ nida
me ne wo mu sɛ ni na kɔ ye me efi wo me ni mu ni twaka na mo frɛ me sɛ me nye mo dai abra me dia ba mo ni me ni twaka enti ne ba bi wo mo ma ye soso tai proye ya hwe ni ya ye be soso a de nsɛm aba
Now let's go to so I'm so ahead.
One no, and I match ya boy ye baby. Nansenya break a crane. Obechiri. Kotokodia ba and whatever bontibe chire near me. What didn't a referee skills in in Abba. And in Adaroma, when so sonomra, one pia bonting. Now one father here was soon will be asking in an in Yawa in Amra, and so much rich. Na a tear for Ebonto or Muyamaja, one a bekai womb. Na any a ye na vision na on very wounds any.
Okay.
Now I'm a me can be a referee yet. Yes,
I agree with Jackie to a league has branding issues. The BC versus Mediama scenario highlights why top leagues use standardized high quality equipment like socketed metal goalposts, wideness, not samba goalposts like BC home ground. Okay. I know Mr. David Obing and a church and someone say goalposts in your house here for senior.
Okay. Every foreign share. Now I'm referee grad your man rabonting. I yet the almost punish a yipiana about bunting. And I don't quite the referee there. No more can it. And I'm also so praying and can cancel. Okay. I'm why you. I'm fine. We have a Vanessa Wusika. Namely, I do know.